Welcome to today's webinar. I'm Jason Fladlien. It's 2021, I think, at least in some places in the world, 2021 January, the year of the shovel. That's what I'm calling it. And why it could allow you to, with the right approach, make the easiest money you've ever seen. I'm going to try to be good on that claim today. In fact, I have some specifics that I'm looking to accomplish with you on today's webinar. In 15 minutes-ish, I didn't time it, I haven't practiced this, I'm hoping it lands within 15 minutes of now, an offer that I'm going to make to you. And it's an offer I believe so incredible it'll make your head spin, but not like the Exorcist type of spinning, like, whoa, this is unbelievable. Thank goodness I have the opportunity to say yes to this if this is right for me. That type of head spinning. So I'm going to give you an offer very early on in this webinar. It's not the only thing I'm going to do, of course. I'm also giving away cash. If you're here live with us, 5 of you will be $400 a piece richer by the end of the webinar. And there's a very specific reason for that. And we'll get into that a little bit later. You're also going to discover the best way to make money in 2021, in my opinion. And there's 4 rules that I believe are new to marketing in 2021 that have not previously existed. So if you play a game by an old set of rules that are no longer valid, you will lose 100% of the time. So I'm going to give you the new rules of what marketing looks like in 2021. So you're going to discover what I believe to be the best way to make money very specifically in 2021. And unfortunately, why for most marketers, 2021 will be their worst year yet. I imagine that's contrarian to the type of rhetoric that fills your email inbox or the type of messaging that's been sent out via the influencers and thought leaders that you follow. And I understand why, because we want it to be better. And if we hope enough that it'll be better and just cross our fingers and close our eyes that it will get better, it's a nice notion. It doesn't seem to mesh with reality. In fact, for most people, I think 2021 is going to be harder, much harder on them than 2020 will be. And let's acknowledge the reality even a little bit further than what I just did. 2020 was a butt kicker. No two ways about it. That's putting it very gently. I generally try to look at how good are we doing as a society, as a species. I take our temperature really by looking at depression rates, mental health issues, addiction and substance abuse issues, suicide, that kind of stuff. It's a good way for me to kind of capture where are we as a species right now. And in the United States, at least, and I know most of you, 70% of you are in North America right now, 30% of you listening to me based on the data that we have are international, but it pretty much applies. The US is kind of a little bit crazier than the rest of the world in a lot of ways, but not really that much. So two out of 5 adults, 40% in the US, reported a mental health issue and a substance abuse issue since the beginning of the pandemic, according to the CDC. We could pretend otherwise, but it's gotten a lot harder for a lot of people. Has it gotten harder for me? In a lot of ways, it has gotten harder for me. And even if it's not firsthand hard, it's secondhand hard. So if somebody you love is taking it hard, that affects you. We're all interconnected. As a result, we've been sleeping less, which is dangerous. We've been worrying more, which is also dangerous. Depression rates are up. Suicide rates are up. Addiction rates are sky high. It's a tough time to be alive. It really, truly is. And to make matters worse, as much as I would like to think otherwise, it's unlikely 2021 is going to magically rebalance things. In fact, if I had to place a bet, and I'm not a betting man, I only like to bet on sure things as much as possible. But if I had to place a bet, I would bet that 2021 will be worse. And here's why. If you study the trends on these things, and I'm a fan of studying the data and interpreting it and understanding it. I've made millions of dollars on being able to see what isn't obvious, but is in front of us. The real effects of catastrophic events, and there's been many throughout history that you can look on, they don't show the biggest impact to them for 12 to 24 months after these events occur. So right here in Southern California, they closed down all the restaurants again. I don't know when they'll be open. It doesn't seem like the world has changed too much, but it really makes you think a year from now, 2 years from now, that's when you will actually see the result of what is happening today. So there were a lot of things set in motion in 2020 that haven't been come home in totality and the final impact. And we're going to hit those in 2021, unfortunately, which is going to crush a lot of people because we're all clinging on to this notion. It's got to get better. It's got to get better. It doesn't have to get better. In fact, it's likely for most people to get worse. So here's my first advice to you. Through sunshine and rainbows as much as possible, buckle up. This bumpy ride that we're on right now, chances are it's going to get a hell of a lot more bumpier. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's all bad. What does this mean to you as a marketer? I always look through the lens of opportunity. Where there's challenge, there is opportunity. Where there's chaos, there's the ability to bring order. And that is valuable if you can do that. So as a marketer, here's what this means. In the world of the insane, a sane person becomes infinitely more valuable. Imagine being valuable just because you haven't lost your shit, right? All of a sudden that becomes in demand. And now you don't have to be exceptional. You just have to be. And that's valuable. So there's opportunity there. And on the flip side, if you can't handle chaos, well, what's already hard for you in normal circumstances becomes much, much harder. So even under idyllic circumstances, people have trouble starting an online business and making money online. So when they're having additional internal pressures and stress and so on and so forth, it becomes a lot harder. So if you can help those people, lots of money involved in that, right? Now, what about this one? Sometimes the best way to help yourself is to throw yourself into a meaningful project that can help others. If nothing, it serves as a wonderful, healthy distraction, right? So you say, listen, I ain't going to make it about me. I'm going to wrap myself up in something where I focus on other people and see if I can serve them, see if I can help them. And sometimes that's the magical approach to dealing with the chaos and the uncertainty and the overwhelm, is to put yourself up in a project that at the very least helps focus you away from all the distractions of doom and gloom that surround us and all the things that are trying to pull us down. Now, here's the double-edged sword of depression. Sadly, it's true that when there's blood in the streets, there is money to be made. Those are the biggest times in life where people make the most money. Mortgage crisis, boom. People executing billion-dollar trades, the Big Short. I'm sure you've heard of it, right? Desperate people are more likely to take more risk and buy more things. Sometimes that desperation is good. Necessity, the mother of invention and all that, right? Sometimes it's not so good. So we have to be careful, both as consumers and as opportunists who are offering things to consumers, right? For better or worse, the more desperate a person is, though, the easier it is to sell them something. Meaning right now, people are much more excited and eager and open to the idea of spending money with complete strangers on the internet. The problem with this from a consumer standpoint is you leave yourself to be open more so to be manipulated, to be exploited, and to be taken advantage of. And there will be a never-ending line of people who are willing and eager to do that because they say, if somebody's overwhelmed, I can use that for my own gain and my own benefit. So that's the challenge for you as a consumer. You have to be careful in this state of suggestibility where that could lead you. On the other side, if you want to sell something to somebody, on one hand, you can do really well with average marketing now if you can reach these people and get through to them because they are desperate for any solution. But you have to be careful. We don't want to lead them down the wrong path. So the way I've always looked at it is I want to protect my cubs, the mother bear, right? So I want to wrap them up in good things so these vultures can't sink their teeth into them. And I believe if you have a similar attitude, I think you'll do well in 2021. I think you'll make a lot of money because now you are helping people by aligning them with the right things, which is less likely then for them to fall into the bad hands of the bad neighborhoods. So here's the upside. You can actually reach now and help more people than ever who otherwise would never give you the time of day under normal conditions. And you can get paid to involve these folks in good things. So the marketing vultures can't sink their teeth into them because they're circling around us right now. And this is the context that I want to set you up. So you can step into and fully appreciate and understand why I consider 2021 the year of the shovel. The year of the shovel. What does that mean? Well, there's two ways you get rich online. You sell the shovels or you dig for the gold. So, this cliche comes from the gold rush of, 1849 or something 49, where all these people were going to get rich going for gold. And there were some that found the gold, but people more often made their fortune selling the shovels to the gold diggers as opposed to digging the gold themselves. Some people look at this with disdain, oh, you shouldn't sell shovels. You should dig the gold. Well, thank God there were several sellers. But the balance is, when do I sell shovels more so than when I dig for gold myself, right? And I do both, as much as I possibly can. So to put it in these terms, I've made 7 figures selling on Amazon, selling things like cutting boards and digital meat thermometers and, beauty products. Look at me. Of course, I'd sell beauty products, right? So I've dug the gold to the tune of millions, but I've sold the shovels to the tune of tens of millions. And that's interesting. And there's a lot to that. But you can dig the gold or you can sell the shovel. Now, one thing that the pandemic has forced upon us, and this is obvious and agreeable, hopefully you agree with this because I believe this to be true, is we're more virtual than ever. Zoom is a household name. Who would have thought that a year ago? And since we're more virtual than ever, it means we're easier to reach online than ever. We have less to do outside than ever. We are staying indoors more than we ever bet, which means we are more likely to spend money on digital and virtual things as opposed to analog and physical things. And we are more comfortable buying digital products. It's called getting that first purchase. That's the hardest thing. Think about this. If you've ever used Uber before, until you used Uber, it was very scary. I got to download an app. I got to configure it. I got to set things up. I don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to pick me up? How does this thing even work? What? I don't pay them money? And then you did it once, and then it became very natural. It's that first adoption that is the hardest. And we have millions of first-time adopters online within the last 12 months. A lot of opportunity there. Now, most marketers see this, and most of your marketers, your marketers' favorite marketers, they see this, and they think just one level deep. They're not strategic thinkers to the nth level, as I attempt to be, right? And it's true. It's true there's massive demand for people who are now willing and open to buying all sorts of stuff online that previously didn't exist 12 months ago, meaning that training programs should be in higher demand, and so should ebooks and video courses and virtual masterminds and online events. All of that is absolutely true. But it also means the internet's more noisier now. It means the internet's busier. It means it's more chaotic than it already is. And in these situations, when things get noisier, those with the loudest megaphones win. How loud is your megaphone? You got a loud megaphone? It's called signal to noise ratio. The signal's gotten weaker and the noise has gotten greater. So massive opportunity, different set of rules. You follow me on this one? The rules are changing. So let's refine this opportunity so we can really have impact and make some money with it. I believe that selling the shovels, selling the online courses, the training programs, the virtual masterminds, et cetera, absolutely head and shoulders the best opportunity for making money on 2021. So if you were already somebody that was tuned in to that wavelength of seeing that as your way of making money online, fantastic. Double down on that. If before you're like, I don't want to be personality based, I don't want to sell education and information, I would kindly consider you, or I'd kindly ask you to reconsider. Because of these facts, right? Here is the caveat, though. For 99.9% of you, I don't believe it should be your shovel that you sell, at least not in the next couple of months. I believe you should sell shovels, just not shovels of your own making. So what should you do? You should instead align yourself with these specific types of opportunities. Let me tell you, the opportunities that did exceptionally well pre-pandemic, but are doing even better as a result of the pandemic, right? This is called swimming downstream. We already knew something was good when there was no current, but now the current's forcing us on there. We don't want to swim upstream, let's swim downstream, okay? How do we find such opportunities then? Well, let me ask you this question. Who has seen the greatest increase in their bottom line since COVID hit? It's certainly not Apple. Apple has closed every single store in the United States. And just the other day, I saw that they closed every store in UK as well, right? One company far has, even Zoom. We're on Zoom right now, but Zoom ain't the biggest winner. They're a big winner, but not number one. The number one company, as it generally is in all things online, is what? Amazon. Not that shocking, but it is. That's what it is. Crazy, huh? So following this line of thought, if you were to sell any shovel, it should be an Amazon shovel. If people are looking now more than ever to try to make money online. They're looking for what shovel should I use to dig my gold? What are my options? Amazon as a path to make money online makes sense because Amazon's the rising tide that's lifting all boats. Everybody selling on Amazon in the correct fashion saw a massive uptick in 2020. Now, not all Amazon shovels are created equal. And I speak from very firsthand experience. I and Will and our company, Rapid Crush, and many people that we've trained up have sold millions of dollars of trainings, courses, mastermind software, and so forth to help people get started on Amazon or do better selling physical products on Amazon. And in fact, when it comes to selling the most shovels as an affiliate of any online opportunity ever, any make money online opportunity, we in fact do hold the record. So we have proven that we're excellent at selling shovels, other people's shovels in the Amazon space, and that the shovels that we sell and help others sell, we do it better than anybody. That's just the facts for whatever it is, right? Yet just like the pandemic has changed how we function as a society, it's also drastically shifted the opportunity on Amazon. So gone are the days where a customer is really excited to drop $10,000 on inventory of their own product, have it flown over from China, airdropped into the Amazon warehouse, and then try to get their brand new product with no name, no branding, no nothing, no reviews, get that ranked and get that selling on Amazon. Oftentimes, you're not even agile enough to make that approach work, especially if you're just starting out. And so the rules on what makes it work on Amazon have also changed. Amazon has its rules as well. But as you can see here with their stock, they're almost at an all-time high when I took this screenshot on January 4th. The all-time high, they are flirting with it. They go up and down, and they're going to be close into the next year. I'm not telling you to own stock because I certainly have no expertise in that area, but I don't know if you could go wrong with that. But instead of owning stock, let's be the first benefactors of Amazon, not second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth down the line. Let's get in on the ground floor, not in the upper deck of the stadium. And coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, we have been field testing, beta testing, and tweaking an Amazon shovel that I think is today the very best that the world has ever seen. Best way to use Amazon, better than anything that's ever preceded it before, and is even juicier now as a result of the climate and the situation that we find ourselves in. And because of this, I can do something I've never done before. I don't think it's ever been seen before, and that very few people would even dream of doing in this market. And here's what it is. I'm going to help you promote this upcoming Amazon opportunity that we're going to get in on in February of next month. And I'm going to do it by giving you done-for-you webinars that I've personally crafted and created, done-for-you funnels that also build lists for you and make money for you, lots of content for all sorts of situations and all sorts of folks that you could reach out to, so on and so forth. And I'm going to allow you to take this bonus package that we've created, which exceeds the value of the course, the shovel, so forth, that you'll be referring to other people. And I'm going to give that to you as well. And here's what's cool about this. Every time somebody says yes, anytime you refer somebody, you make $1,250 per sell, basically. Per sell. You make 5 of those, you made half of $10,000. You make 10 of those, you've made over $10,000, right? This is what I have for you, okay? But it gets better. Does it get better? It gets better. Yes, it does. I'm also going to give you access to the product itself. And there's a very specific reason for that. And the product sells for $24.97. So our customers who promoted this with us last year, they promoted a $24.97 product, a $2,497 product. And this is what's cool about this, though. One of the benefits of doing this, one of the reasons I'm doing this for you, is because I'm allowing you to decide, do I want to sell only the shovel or do I also want to dig for gold as well? My philosophy is this: selling the shovel is mandatory, digging for gold is optional, but I want to give you that option. And so, yes, I want to give you a full done-for-you campaign, of which we charge clients at the very minimum, when we used to do these done-for-you style for companies, $50,000 plus a taste. That's usually how we structured them. And then we also are going to give you a $24.97 course, a nearly $3,000 course too. Isn't that crazy? And best of all, we're going to do all this for 15 full days for 15 bucks. I call it the 15 and 15 offer. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I don't expect you to believe these very big claims and these very gigantic opportunities that I am offering in front of you. I'm going to let them prove themselves. So you can see a $2,497 course. You can get access to the inner workings exactly of how this is going to be function, what you get, what it looks like, so on and so forth. All of this for 15 bucks for your first 15 days to see if it exceeds the hype that I've built around it. And by the way, not just that, here's everything that you're going to be able to get your lovely, beautiful hands on for just $15 for 15 days. It's all right here. It's our affiliate triad. It's the thing that we've given all of our heart and soul into starting in May or April, somewhere around 2020. And if you want to stay after 15 days, just to be fully transparent, it's $3.99 per month. There's no obligations. There's no monthly minimum commitments. You can cancel whenever you wish to, if you wish to. Our job is to earn the right to have you continue as a member or to become a full-fledged member. But essentially, you get the full affiliate triad experience for just $15 to sample it for 15 days. Hopefully, most of you don't even need to be told anything more. You already understand how incredibly valuable this is. And so you can sign up right away. And just for the sake of quick thoroughness, is that a thing? Wholesale Formula is one of these full-on done-for-you promotions that we're going to hand over to you. It's not the only full-on done promotion, the only shovel complete with the full shovel selling kit that we're going to give you. We have other ones too. We also do massive amounts of training around driving traffic and all sorts of shapes and form, and you get access to that. We have reseller opportunities where you can keep 100% of products that I've personally created, some of which retail at some decent prices. We have we have automation opportunities. I have massive amounts of trainings of how I design these presentations, these shovels. So the educational aspect alone is heads and shoulders above a majority of programs that you would pay $2,000 for. We have this awesome Slack community, which I'll tell you more about here in a bit. And resources, we have mentor calls 3 times a week. So you always have an expert that's proven themselves an affiliate triad there to help. They are formally structured to help, and they're required to and obligated to us in our relationship with them to help you. We have the only place in the world that has real-time support, which is inside of Affiliate Triad, as well as we give you the full-on marketing suite of every single, we give you the opportunity to get that for free of every single tool and everything you would need to run this engine to be successful in 2021. And you can see all this for 15 bucks. I cannot do this justice. Here's how this came about, just so you know. I said to Will, we could beat our head into the wall trying to explain all of the value that's in here, but it's impossible. And he's like, okay, well, how do we do that then? I said, well, let's just give them a small upfront trial offer, and then they can see it for themselves. And that's what we're trying here. It's an experiment. We've never done this before. I don't know if we'll ever do this again. This trial is limited. The trial does close Sunday night. We close the trial down, and then we see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot to this. I'm going to break more of this down. But right away, I just wanted to get the value in front of you, because you're saying, Jason, wait a minute. This doesn't make sense. You're giving me access to a course that cost almost $3,000, and I can access that for $15. Yeah, true. Guilty. You caught me. That's exactly what that means. And I know that's hard to believe, because when most people say, I'm going to give you a $2,500 course, they mean they value it at $2,500, but they haven't sold a single unit of that course ever in their life at $25. So therefore, it's not worth $2,500. It's worth $0. I'm telling you, this is a course that we affiliate triad members in beta have sold over $1 million worth of in 2020 while we were just figuring this out and cobbling this together. So we will come back to this. First, though, let me break down for you the new rules of internet marketing. And I'm going to break these down, and then I'm going to expand on them too. But let me give you the lay of the land. Here, I believe, are the 4 rules of internet marketing that have changed drastically from 2020 to 2021, or really pre-2021 and now moving forward. Here's rule number 1. You need things to be more simpler than ever before. So when things get more chaotic, you have to train yourself to do the opposite. So as the world is getting more chaotic, you have to lean further in the other way of simplicity. Now, we saw this in Affiliate Triad. We gave the first month or two, we're like, let's give these solutions and let's empower these marketers to do these great things. And they were successful. But I like 100% success. That's what I strive for. Call me crazy, right? but I'm the dreamer that Steve Jobs talked about in that commencement speech at Stanford, right? And what we discovered is every time we made it simpler without diminishing any of its value, members became more effective. We could not oversimplify it, and we have refined it and refined it and refined it. So whether you join us in affiliate triad or not, and I think you'd be insane not to, regardless, you yourself have to learn how to drastically simplify your approach online. And also, if you're offering shovels, they should be the simplest shovels possible. They have to be simple. And in a chaotic world, simplicity becomes way more in demand. So that's rule number one. And we'll break down a little bit more of that here in a little bit later. Rule number two, community is more important than ever. So my friend Joe Polish, who is one of the biggest experts in the world on the subject of addiction, says the opposite of connection is addiction. That's how he defines addiction, the opposite of connection. And I firmly agree with that. And so when we are more fractured than ever, the desire and need of belonging in community is more important than ever. And I'm super proud of the community we have in Affiliate Triad, and we'll break that down a little bit more later. But you've got to align yourself with the right community. Now, there's a lot of don'ts and very few do's on how to do this correctly. And a lot of people aren't aware of this, so I'm going to talk about that. But if you ain't in a community in 2021, the right kind of community, that's a hard situation times 10. It's less about the information to empower you. It's more about the community surrounding you and supporting you and you supporting them. So community becomes a much higher valued thing in 2021. It will. So if you can tap into that, congratulations, you will do better. Rule number 3, more people are in more different quote unquote places than ever before. I'm talking mental places and I'm talking mental spaces, but I'm also talking physical places and I'm also talking physical spaces. I have never seen a more wide variety of different people all over the map, mentally and physically, and where they're at in their business and what they can understand and what they can't understand. There's more, that's opportunity, but it's also challenging, right? Here's what I like about that. If you can meet those people where they're at, you will make a tremendous amount of money, which is exciting to me because now there are more people that are in more places, so there are more opportunities to meet them in those places. But if you're expecting them to come to you, it's going to be hard. That's swimming upstream, not swimming downstream. And we're going to break this rule down a little bit more throughout the presentation that I have planned for you. Because by the way, I still got a lot more to cover. Okay. That's rule number 3. Rule number 4, and I think this is the biggest one of all. Crowdsourcing value is more important than ever before. Value crowdsourcing, not just crowdsourcing. We've seen the idea of crowdsourcing before. I'm talking crowdsourcing value, where we can take together stitches and pieces from each other and our experiences and kind of quilt them together into a blanket that surrounds and protects us, right? Don't crowdsource content, crowdsource value, 2 very distinct and separate things. And because we're all online together now, more so than ever, this allows us the opportunity, if we are tuned into it, to crowdsource value. And that's exciting. And I'm going to break that down a little bit more. But if all you walked away from this webinar was a screenshot of this one slide, you put it in front of your desk when you go to work and you stay true to these 4 rules, I believe 2021 will be a magical year for you because this is what is needed the most and what is in the least amount of supply. And by the way, I put my money where my mouth is. This is how we're living in Affiliate Triad in 2021 to accelerate and accent all of these 4 rules, to simplify without giving up value, to build a stronger community that accommodates more people from more varieties of where they've been or where they're at or where they want to go, which is difficult, but it is very fruitful when done right. And I think we got it, right? And crowdsourcing value, which kind of was forced upon us more so than us masterminding it, if you will. But essentially, this is what we have obsessed over in Affiliate Triad since the beginning of time of April of 2020, helping you meet with success no matter who you are, how much time you have, what you've done, what you can't do, what you won't do, whatever your limiting beliefs may be, whether those beliefs are actual or just imagined. We're like, how do we make that work? And so this has been on our mind. This has been a core theme of us heading into 2021. And here's my report of findings. Here's what I discovered. This is my discovery of everything that I've just kind of, if I want to wrap it up into a bow and hand it to you, here's what it is. 99% of you can make $10,000 in money, cash cash money in a single month from scratch. I absolutely see it. I am fully convinced that that is the case. More so than ever, I am fully convinced that is the case. That there has never been an opportunity where more people can more quickly make more money faster, regardless of where they are. Okay. Now, does this guarantee that you will? Of course it doesn't. It just means that it's possible. And how could I make such a bold claim? Here's how I can make such a bold claim. Because you already have everything that you need. Nothing became more apparent to me working inside of Affiliate Triad than this fact that you already have everything that you need in order to accomplish this. And here's what it looks like. So it doesn't really matter how much the money is. If you're successful in business, these three things need to be present. But let's look at them through the lens of making $10,000 in the next 30 days. Okay, you need an offer, you need an audience, and you need a message. That's it, those three things. That's a constant that will always be there. Offer, audience, message. So an offer. Inside of Affiliate Triad, the way that we make this work is we negotiate and we create exclusivities for the best possible offers that we can find out there. So very often the offers that we negotiate, that we allow our members to sell as affiliates, and we allow our members to make all of their commissions and keep every penny of the commissions that they generate, because we'll never touch your commissions. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit, right? This is how we approach that. And so inside of Affiliate Triad, we have extra special offers that only Affiliate Triad members can do. And how can I make that happen? Because of the clout that I have in the marketplace and because of the leverage and how I can extract that. And then what we do, and this is why I want you to be a shovel seller, but not of your own shovels. Whether you join Affiliate Triad or not, I want you to follow this principle. What we do is personally make those offers better. So we negotiate exclusivities to make those offers better from the creator standpoint. And then we go to work making bonuses, better than money back guarantees, talking the creator to like giving us $50,000 in ad spend for retargeting. True story. We've done stuff like that before, and all sorts of different things that we can negotiate along the way. So what you want to do is find these offers that are already super juicy and you want to build around them. That's the key. Always a relevant business model. Is affiliate marketing new? No, it's been around since Amazon has existed. Amazon essentially pioneered the affiliate market. They were the first one to do it on a wide scale basis. Okay. This is not new. It's just that whoever has the loudest megaphone wins. You want to buy a loud megaphone and you want to hand out free drinks while that person's yelling through the megaphone. Yeah, you got it, right? This is what you want to do. And so you find that shovel that is going to get better as a result of the dynamic shifts of the pandemic. And then you build the value around that. So that's principle number one. Now, we do that for affiliate members. They pay us the privilege of doing that. You can start for $15 here today and see that yourself. But in very specific, and this is why I'm so jacked up about our promotion that we're getting ready to go into for Affiliate Triad members, which is the Wholesale Formula. In beta last year, in closed door, very quiet launch styles, our members generated over $1 million. We did this on the opening of Affiliate Triad when honestly, Will and I, well-intentioned as we were, had no clue what we were doing. We were simultaneously opening up Affiliate Triad and simultaneously designing a done-for-you promotion for Affiliate Triad members for the Wholesale Formula. This is called building the airplane while you're flying it. This is what this is called. And it was still very successful. And we did more wrong than we did right. Now we're poised to really get in on it and start 2020 off with a bang. And so I am very confident from an offer standpoint, we have the best offer you could ever get. Even if you don't seize the opportunity of this offer, which would break my heart, but the concept is still the same. What's an opportunity that has gotten more in demand as a result of the pandemic, that was previously in demand from the pandemic, before the pandemic, I should say, and that you can build the value around it and empower somebody as they step into it. That's the first thing. That's the offer portion. Second concept, the message. Most of you who know me already, and those of you who don't, glad to meet you. I always love meeting new people of like mind, right? But those of you who know me, let me ask you for your honest opinion. Do you consider me one of the best webinar presenters in the world? And my guess is most of you say yes, because most people do. I don't know if I'm the best, to be honest with you. And I don't really care if I'm the best, but I am regarded as the best. by a majority of industry leaders. So who am I to doubt their claims? These are smart, reasonable, intelligent people. And in fact, I have a tendency to skate to where the puck is going, not to where the puck already is. I just have that tendency. We have that as a company. And so we were on the Zoom trajectory before Zoom was even IPO'd. So on February 12th, we were there. They IPO'd in April. They were already a multi-billion-dollar company, and this was all pre-COVID, and COVID hit, and now I don't even know what they're worth. They seem to add $1 billion every other day. But I am the only one who Zoom has brought in to teach its own user base how to do webinars. Small town Iowa boy like me. Hard for me to even believe, but it's amazing how far you can go if you focus in and focus on that value. So I have the message. And so what I do is I find the shovels that are the best to sell, and then I build the message around them. I don't use the shovel creator's message. They can build their shovels. I'll build the messages to sell those shovels, right? So for the wholesale formula, for example, believe it or not, the guys who created the product had never, ever done a webinar before in their life to sell it. Never, not even a webinar, not even one. Much less the JFlad webinar style, the webinars that I do. And the webinar that I wrote that we've tested, which I am now perfecting even greater, I'm going to throw another 100 hours at it and see what I can do to it this time around, right? Because I'm going to put about 100 hours of work into this webinar. The webinar I wrote for the wholesale formula is super valuable in and of itself. It's helpful, it's educational, it's specific. I show the formula. I give more in terms of content and education without anybody having to spend any money than anything out there that exists for any other Amazon opportunity. And then we make the offer. It's very value first based. It's the most effective way that I've done it, right? I know how to do it in a way where you can empower and still sell. It's an art. It's very hard to do. I've done it. So that's the message. And here's why that's super duper important. This is why this is important. If you can't craft the message, you need to leverage a message. But because once I've crafted a message like this, let's talk about the audience. And let me be honest with you, because I love you. I do. I truly, absolutely love you. Why do I love you? Because you're that rare individual who says, listen, I'm not going to hope that somehow the world will take care of me. I'm going to step up and try to take care of myself. I'm going to be the change that I want to see. You invest in yourself, which is the hardest investment anybody can ever make. People will buy cars that are hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they won't spend $1,000 measly dollars on themselves. That's common, right? So I love you because of what you represent. I love you because I love you. When you love someone, if you truly love them, you need to be direct with them. And here's me being direct with you right now. Most of you suck at driving traffic. You have sucked, you currently suck, and it's going to take us more than a month to get you to no longer suck. How's that for a sales pitch, right? So are you hopeless then? Nah, not even close. And this isn't a theoretical armchair exercise. This is the reality. Here's the proof in the pudding, right? Most of you have few, if any, friends or family members. Most of you have few, if any, family members, friends, or few acquaintances who are saying, "Hey, I want to learn how to run Facebook ads." Very few of you have anybody in your life that you could reach out and touch who says, "I want to know how to rank a website on Google," or "I want to create the next blockbuster information product." Most people don't even know what an information product is. So if you say to them, "Hey, listen, you should try this out," you are more likely to teach geometry to a pig than to convince these people to do a majority of internet marketing activities that exist out there. That's just how it is, okay? With one exception, one glaring, massive exception. For whatever reason, and it's really, really fascinating why this is the case, but for whatever reason, your average Joe and average Jane who are open and interested in any idea of making money, who need money, for whatever reason, starting an Amazon business, they just like, okay, I want to know more. They are so open to it that it defies any conventional wisdom. You say, "Jason, why are so many people who otherwise are not interested in making money whatsoever online all of a sudden change their tune and get very excited about this Amazon stuff?" Well, my first answer is this. The why ain't important. I don't care why. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? It just is. It is, okay? Whatever, okay? So this is a guess, and it's only a guess. I don't know why. It doesn't matter to me why. It just is. But if I had to guess, my guess is everybody shops on Amazon these days, and they understand it. Ask your average person, how does Google make money? And they don't realize Google is an ad agency. And they don't realize Facebook is an ad agency. They think it's a social media site or a search engine. Haha, joke's on them. It's neither one of those things, right? But Amazon is obvious. It's a store. That's mostly what it is. That's primarily what it is. And so people get that and they understand that because they use that. And more of them are now using it more than ever, right? On the other side, many of us at some point in time have listed a product on eBay. So it's not out of our normal realm of experience. Listing a product on eBay, selling a product on Amazon, it's not that different. Most people have some sort of reference point or connection to it, where most people don't have a reference point with running Facebook ads. And most people, general people in the world, don't have a reference point for publishing videos on YouTube and then trying to trick Google's algorithm, right? Well, so you know what an algorithm is, okay? And if you haven't done eBay, you probably ran a garage sale at some point in time in your life, or a yard sale. For us Americans is what we call it, right? Where you sold your used crap, laid it out on tables, and you have strangers coming up in your driveway, pawing through your kids' old clothes that no longer fit them, right? That's not too different than Amazon. And in fact, a lot of people have actually sold on Amazon. They've sold used books on Amazon's, ones off, twos off. So it's not that different than what they're already used to. I'm guessing. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it seems like that might be the case, right? Here's what I do know. The amount of those with zero previous business experience who start making lots of money on Amazon is staggering. I've never seen any other opportunity where we can take a random stranger off the street and have them meet with success as often as I've seen it in the Amazon space. One of the reasons we love the Wholesale Formula is they're now about to cross the threshold of $1 billion in customer results, customer-generated success stories that have been reported. I know they've already crossed $1 billion unofficially, but literally reported and verified. They will probably cross $1 billion by the start of when we promote them together in February, which is awesome. That just gives us another feather in the cap to be successful with this. Okay. But here's my fear. I've told you all this, but here's the fear that I have. My fear is the following, that your resistance to this absolute truth, that this Amazon opportunity seems to transcend niches, and it seems to just appeal to all sorts of variety of people who otherwise would not be in the market for anything whatsoever related to starting an online business, right? I'm still scared that you won't believe me, that you'll resist this. You'll say, nah, it just doesn't compute with me, Jason, right? And my fear is not irrational. It is founded based on this. In 2015, many big-time gurus, they wouldn't accept this because we would try to get them to partner with us. And they'd be like, no, my list doesn't want that. Well, how do you know that, right? And by the way, on one hand, it was good for us because we mopped the floor with these gurus because we understood what they didn't get. But sometimes there's this concept of the curse of knowledge. Sometimes people get so smart that they become dumb. And hopefully because you don't have this reference point of, well, I've done it this way and I've been successful, so therefore it must be true and only this way and no other way, right? Hopefully you're more flexible with your openness to experiment and try this. So when we set the record, the $9.8 million result, first of all, part of that was my audience, but most of this was other people's audiences. And they said, Jason, we would rather promote your guys' webinars, use your guys' bonus package, use your guys' emails, use your guys' content, use your guys' tech, use your guys' infrastructure, and we'll just inform our audience about it. And they got it. But a lot of the gurus didn't get it. A lot of everyday folks got it, but a lot of gurus didn't. And so as a result, collectively, between us and our partner affiliates, those that, if we had affiliate Triad back then, we would have called them affiliate Triad members. We didn't. Okay. But we successfully sold a significant amount of courses on Amazon to life coaches, great customers. Anybody that seemed the least bit interested in self-help and personal development was right for the Amazon opportunity. My favorite audience that we ever offered this to and did really well with was numerology enthusiasts. What does this have to do with Amazon? I don't know, okay? but I have found it works. Okay. Chiropractors, they love it. And dentists do as well. But we couldn't get in as many dentists in front of them as we could chiropractors. Fitness trainers, they were all over this. Options traders, and any stock market related type of investor or real estate investor for that matter. I realized we left that one off. We should have added on. We did very well with mommy bloggers, which makes a lot of sense in hindsight. But didn't make a lot of sense at that time until we proved it. And there's the dentist right there, right? For whatever reason, electricians, HVAC, home repair types, people that were doing service-based businesses that revolved around the home, they gobbled it up like candy. So the 17,000 plus customers that we've put into this Amazon opportunity or that opportunity, if we were to pull them by occupation or industry that they're in or profession that they're of, you would see hundreds of variations. And I've never seen such a wide range of a wide number of folks from all sorts of backgrounds get involved with an online opportunity from scratch as I have with Amazon. And I'm bringing this up to you now because of the context of what? The offer I have for you, the message I have for you, the audience. Well, what about that, right? Many of our members made over $10,000 straight out of the gate with this, using our wholesale formula done for you stuff that they promoted. And their audience was simply people on their phone contacts or their WhatsApp or their Skype contacts, right? Or their LinkedIn connections or their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok followers, right? And it wasn't a lot of them. We had one member, and I'll get the numbers not exact. Will knows the numbers far better than me. We had one person, I believe, had a list of 20 or 30 individuals that they knew that they could reach out to and produce something like 8 to 10 sales. Like, I wish I knew the numbers, but they generated over $10,000 from an audience of less than 30 people. I've never seen that before, by the way. Because normally this stuff can't work. It won't work. Okay. I'll tell you why it won't work. Normally this is not possible because, first of all, and I've already belabored this point, so forgive me if I'm really pounding the nail down with the hammer here, but most make money online offers, they lack appeals to the masses. Most people just instantly are like, no, thank you. I don't want to know about that. That's weird. Okay. Also, most of you would feel very creepy or awkward looking at your friends like they're walking, talking ATMs. I feel that, right? We all have that uncle who treats a family reunion as a recruitment opportunity for his MLM that he's in, right? We don't want to be that. I don't want anybody to be that. That is annoying and it doesn't feel very good and nobody likes that. That's not cool, right? And there's another reason why this doesn't work, okay? Because you can't speak about the opportunity with congruence. And the concept of congruence, which I'll break down here in a little bit more detail, just give me a few to get there, right? Is probably one of the most important concepts, most important impact points to your success online or in any business for that matter. It is so little talked about and so little understood, but the more we leaned into this in Affiliate Triad, the more we saw how valuable this could be, right? So normally you can't do this. It wouldn't work. And normally I wouldn't suggest that you do it, but this is the exception. Natural, comfortable promotion. This is what I want from you. Natural, comfortable promotion. I don't want you to hard sell. I don't want you to soft sell. I don't want you to medium sell. I don't want you to do any of that stuff, right? All I want you to do is have people show up and watch any of the webinars or the replays, even for that matter, that I'll present. And the webinars are not like this webinar I'm doing here for you today. This is a different style of webinar, right? The webinars that we do for the folks that are starting out and interested in the opportunity of Amazon, they're overwhelmingly value first. Each time I've worked on this webinar, I've put at least 100 hours into it. And so I'll be on round 300 hours by the time this gets done. And this is what's really cool. Okay. All you have to do is, hey, if you're interested in anything related to Amazon or what I'm up to, go here and watch this. You don't sell people. You just give them the opportunity to show up to a virtual event. And guess what everybody's used to doing right now? Showing up to virtual events. That's something before where half the reason somebody didn't come to a webinar is they didn't even know what it was. Nowadays, my kids are having play dates on webinars, and so are yours too, right? This is a different environment. But again, I'm not speaking theoretically here. I have the proof, and you can verify it with your own 2 ears and your own 2 eyes by joining our $15 trial of Affiliate Triad. We have many member spotlights that can speak to this, how easy it was and how natural it was and how comfortable it was to invite what I call friends, family, acquaintances, FFA, right, to these webinars, and how well it worked in terms of results for our members and the commissions that they generated, okay? It's all there. Everything I've said today, I absolutely have a preponderance of proof to back these statements up. But I do understand, which is why I'm really going in on this today, how contrary that is to normal reality. The old rules, it's contrary to those, but we're living in the new rules. Now, the beautiful part of Affiliate Triad, we never touch any of your commissions. We don't take a pretty penny out of your commissions. Any dollar you make, you keep. You keep all of that dollar. You keep everything you would make as if you were your own affiliate operating independently. So it's not like do I join Affiliate Triad and get all this cool stuff, but give up a little bit of my profits to do that? Or do I promote it on my own, right? You promote it with us or you promote it on your own. You promote anything of ours on your own or with us, you would make exactly the same amount of money. We're like Costco. You pay for the membership to shop in Costco. And as a result, they changed the dynamics, and that's why they did so well, okay? We get ours from the creators. In this case, for next month, it's the Wholesale Formula, the done for you that we'll create for all Affiliate Triad members. They pay us a bonus out of their pocket on every sale you make, which means we're obligated to make you money. I love this. This is so happy. This makes me so happy. The more money you make, the more money we make, and not in an indirect way, in a very direct way, right? And let's take a second to acknowledge the rarity of this setup. Almost every shovel seller out there, they make their money from selling the shovel, regardless of whether somebody digs for the gold or not. They've made their money. But that ain't the rules that we're playing by. We can now empower you to offer more shovels, better shovels, shovels no one else can offer anywhere else, because the more gold that these shovels uncover, the more every one of us prospers. Fact. Now, hearing this is one thing, experiencing it quite the other. And that's why, for the first time ever, to kick 2021 off in style, we're making this offer. I call it the 15 and 15. You give me $15 today, and for 15 full days, you can explore any and every part of Affiliate Triad. There is nothing off limits. There is nothing that we say, oh, you only get the watered down version of, right? We put it out there and you get it just like anybody else gets it. I want you to go there and I want you to sign up right now. And again, the emphasis so far today has been on, I got this done for you promotion to promote the greatest Amazon opportunity we ever seen at the best time ever during the best circumstances, given what's going on in the world. And you get the course to review. You get access to that, which is a $2,497 course. And yes, all of this, you can see it for $15. And that's not even close to everything that you get. What's on this screen is not even close to everything that you get. This is the first time I ran out of room building a chart on my call to action slide. That's what this is called, technically, a call to action slide, right? And I'm like, crap, I can't fit another thing in this table without making the font too small. You know, and the stylist in me, the graphic artist in me cringes seeing how ugly this looks. But I couldn't fit anything on this thing. I could barely fit everything on this. And really, it's hard to understand it from the outside looking in. And even if I spent an hour on each one of these things, just experiencing it, I could tell you how beautiful a sunset is, right? Or I could plop you down in front of a chair and have you look at it with your own eyes. That's what I want to do. And now let's talk about congruency. Congruency. The most misunderstood lever that can move your world, okay? Let me set the stage of congruency. Okay, while it's true, you don't have to personally own a private jet to be a jet salesperson. It just feels way more comfortable if you're offering something to someone that you've personally been able to go through and see it and vet it yourself. Then it becomes very congruent. Otherwise, it would feel weird for an Android user to be recommending Apple products, right? It'd feel very weird for a Tesla driver to be recommending Priuses, wouldn't it, right? But that's often what is the case in internet marketing, because people see, oh, I can make money recommending this, and everything else goes out the window. That's incongruence. We're talking congruence, okay? Now, here's your serious disadvantage, because I call it like I see it. Hopefully, if you've got anything out of this webinar, you got the fact that I'm as straight of a shooter as it comes. Sometimes to my own benefit, oftentimes to my detriment. But that's how I'm wired and I'm programmed, so you get it straight from me. Here's your disadvantage in this setup. If you ain't a big player in the internet marketing space, you don't get course review access, because they don't want to give you the course. They want to sell you the course. They don't look at you as somebody that can move units for them. They look at it as somebody that can be sold units to. Right? They don't look at you as a partner. They look at you with dollar signs over your head, okay? So the only way you can see these programs to see if they're as good or better than advertised is to buy them, and you go through them, right? Fat chance. It's almost impossible. Maybe you do it once. Maybe you do it twice. Maybe you get lucky. Probably not though, right? Big affiliates, though, we don't pay for any courses. We get hundreds of thousands of dollars of product per year given to us for free, because these course creators are courting us. They want us to promote them. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I feel a big part of me hates the fact of how the people that get the free courses are the ones that need them the least. But that's just how the world's set up. But it pisses me off. And when I get pissed off, which I'm trying not to be as much these days, I'm trying to reach that point of zen. But this still really gets me going, right? It really pisses me off. And I can do something about this. See, here's what I couldn't do anything about. When they rolled out that paycheck protection program last year for the stimulus thingamajig or whatever during Corona, right? It was supposed to help small businesses with these forgivable loans so they could keep people on the payroll, right? It's supposed to help mom and pops. Guess who got all the money? Big multi-corporational companies, right? Ruth Chris Steakhouse was getting money, and oil companies were getting it, right? Essentially, those who needed it the least ended up with the most. Well, that's planet Earth for you. That's almost how it's always going to be, okay? And there's very few times where you can fix this kind of stuff. I can't do anything about that, for example, but I can do something about it for you here right now in the internet marketing space. I can advocate for you, and I do advocate for you in the internet marketing space. I use our reputation in Rapid Crush as the top affiliate company of all time, because that's what we are. If this was the home run record, we would have more home runs than anybody else, right? We're the top affiliate company in this space, and we leverage that not for our own personal gain, but for all of our gains. Because I'm always feeling like I'm the underdog at heart, because I came from nothing, right? I came from less than nothing. And I always identify with that. That's how I always look on it. I always have this chip on my shoulder, right? And I'm using that for your benefit. So when we go out there, and you would not believe how incredibly hard and exhausting and challenging and tireless this is, right? But for every product that we're going to create done for you promotions for affiliate Triad members, or every time that we work out some special deal that only affiliate Triad members get in terms of opportunity or access, right? It is a non-negotiable. It is a requirement that all of our members get review access of any product that we're going to have them consider for promotion. And it doesn't matter the price point of the product. It doesn't matter that the wholesale formula, which you will get access to review and see, is $2,497. It doesn't matter. Every affiliate member will be able to go through and review the whole course for free, just as if you were a big-time affiliate, right? This is like you showing up at the Grammys and they have these swag bags where they give all these celebrities and these stars all sorts of very expensive stuff for free in the chance of hoping seeing them on the red carpet with it and snapping a pic, right? This is you being my +1 at the awards show and me also getting you a bag of swag too, right? And that's how everything is with everything that we do. It is not a exaggeration to say that we give in actual courses over $15,000 per year to members. And I'm looking to make that $30,000 this year. It's weird. And in fact, I worry that it costs sales of Affiliate Triad because it's hard to square with reality. Jason, why would you ask so little for Affiliate Triad and give us so much in actual dollar value, not fictional value, actual dollar value? And it's because, just like Costco, right? It's like we have an opportunity where we've changed the economics so we can sell things at different prices. We're empowering you to make money. And so therefore our bet is the more money you make, the more money we make. This is why we can change the rules. Okay. Now here's my belief. You should only promote things that you personally believe in. I would rather have you quit Affiliate Triad than promote something that you're not 100% behind. I would rather lose money because you could have promoted it and made some money even though you didn't believe in it. I'd rather have you sit that out. That's how firmly I am sold on the concept of congruency, right? And so if you can't see what you're promoting, then how the hell could you ever believe in it? And in fact, seeing it is my greatest strength to help you and empower you to make money selling that shovel. Because here's the deal. You will not be able to truly appreciate how amazing the offer is. And nor will you be able to truly understand how valuable our bonus package is or how well thought out the webinar presentation is. When I designed the webinar presentation for the Wholesale Formula, I said, how do we teach the whole course and give every secret away from the course in 1 hour? How do we make that happen? Because I knew if we did that, people would want to use our bonuses to get there faster. We showed them where the treasure map was at. We showed them where the treasure was. And then we said, now you can walk through the jungle or we can carry you on our shoulders. That was the whole premise of that webinar. And you won't see that. You won't get that until you see everything behind the stage. You can't appreciate how great the play is from the front stage unless you've been in the backstage behind the curtain. Okay? And here's what I'm knowing is going to happen. You're going to get excited about promoting it. Your excitement's contagious. And that contagiousness will rub off on the people that are the right fit for this. And that more than anything will unlock big fat commissions for you. And this also allows you, if you wish to, dig for gold as well as sell the shovel. You can do it alongside of those that you sell the shovel with, digging the gold. Now here's my big bet, and this is a bet. It is not lost on me, and yes, it is true. You can totally take advantage of me. You could take advantage of Will and I and Rapid Crush. You could take advantage of the Wholesale Formula guys. You take advantage of everything. You could sign up for the trial and essentially grab access and see the full picture from the inside out of a $2,497 product for $15. I am opening myself up to being exploited and taken advantage of that, of myself that way. I get it. I know this is the case, but I'm okay with it. I'm willing to risk it because I believe, and we'll find out, but I believe that once you peek under the hood, and not just the Wholesale Formula hood, but the whole hood of everything that Affiliate Triad has to offer, it's going to be very obvious to you that it's going to cost you far more to not be in the Affiliate Triad community than it will be to be part of the community. That's what we're banking on. Will it happen? Let's find out. Let's go to quadwin.com. Let's get you signed up and let's see how the chips fall. Let's see where we land. Will this actually manifest itself out and play out the way I think it will? Or will we fall flat on our face? I don't know, but I'm interested to find out. I'm doing my damnedest and my best, and so is Will and so is our company, to not make that happen. But we'll find out. But we can only find out if you play your part, going to quadwin.com, signing up and seeing it for yourself firsthand. Quadwin.com. We call it Quad Win, by the way, because it's a 4-win scenario. We win, you win, the course creator wins, and the end customer who you refer wins, because everybody's better off. This is absolutely one of the times that I've ever seen in my life where every single person is like a flywheel, where we help one and it helps all of us. It is so rare that that's the case, right? It's been said, but now I feel it's more apropos than it's ever been before in our lives, that no one can succeed on their own, okay? Especially these days. Real value is achieved through the collective power that the right kind of a group can provide. And we knew that going in. Will and I were like, oh my God, we're building an army. That was the first word we used. I'm like, I don't like that army because we're not going to war with anything, right? But we have a collective group of individuals that I can say, hey, listen, this is who I represent. Why don't you do this for me? and we could get deals on products. We could get more than anybody else can get. We knew that the collective power of the group was going to be our ultimate bargaining tool. It was going to be our ultimate leverage point. It was going to be the best thing that we could do to reinvent this industry, to make it good, right? But we didn't know the specifics of what that could look like. Now we're starting to see it, okay, in very real ways. So let me give you a very real example of what this means. An example, and I want you to view this through two different perspectives. Perspective number one, you can model this. So this is an example of using value crowdsourcing as a strategy to help you make money, right? But then specifically, this is how this relates to you as a potential benefactor of the premise of value crowdsourcing, okay? Let me take you back in time. 6 months ago, affiliate Triad member, Jonathan Green. And by the way, Jonathan Green was a decent affiliate without us. He showed up on a lot of the leaderboards, knew everybody. Everybody knew him, got involved in affiliate Triad, and generally every promotion he does now has doubled. We have helped him break through a ceiling in most of the cases with everybody that we work with. Affiliate Triad is whatever ceiling they had, we're damn good ceiling breakers. I want to break your ceiling, right? So Jonathan Green came to us and he says, listen, I love that you pick these products like the Wholesale Formula and whatnot, and you build whole done-for-you promotions, and then you unleash your 400-plus affiliate Triad members on them to sell those things. He goes, I want you to do a done-for-you for my product. I got this killer product that is really getting these people these 50-cent leads, 40-cent leads, 20-cent leads. They're building their email list. They're making money. I want you to promote our product, right? And Will says, interesting. Let me see what you got, all right? And Jonathan comes and he shows it to us. And we say, this is fine. This is good. I see what it is, Jonathan. But Will's like, here's what it needs to be. So that way it could be the best thing in its category that anybody's ever seen. And when Will asks you to do something like in this situation, he doesn't ask for a little. He asks for a lot. His expectations are extremely high. And he's like, you need to do this. You wouldn't want to do this. You got to do this. And some of the things that he asked for, we're going to take a significant amount of effort and time on Jonathan's part. But Will told him, he goes, for us to even consider this, and these things need to be met. And Jonathan put his head down, and for 5 months straight, working tirelessly, working his butt off, he made it happen. And he came back to us, and just recently with his results. And I think one of the reasons he worked so hard was the motivation was so obvious. If he made the cut, could make him millions of dollars, right? So the stakes are high, right? But what happened? Early December 2020, Jonathan is now finished 5 months later after that fateful day with Wilson Matos, where Wilson worked with him for hours saying this is what this would need to be. He comes back and he says, here's what I got. And we're like, ooh, it even was more than what we asked for, even though we asked for a lot. But that's not good enough. Now comes the hard part, we tell him. Will informs him. You got your foot in the door. Now we got to see if it nets, right? We got to see if it plays out. You got to prove your value. How do you prove your value? How's this possible? By training up for free all of our affiliate Triad members. So coaching them in a group coaching sitting and having them go through it and taking them on as clients. And let's see if they can get results with it. You talk a good game. Everything looks pretty cool. We think it's going to be awesome, but does it get results? And affiliate Triad members, they ain't having to pay for these results if you training and creating a $2,000 product. Because essentially Will and I were like, this is a $2,000 product if all of these things are met and we can have this exclusivity on it essentially. But all affiliate Triad members become part of the product. They get to be part of the process and they ain't going to have to pay $2,000 for it, right? And we said, if he can help them be more successful, by the way, if he can help them and help them be successful, then we will finally promote his product. We will create the done for you for his product. We will go out there and unleash it on the world and promote it like we do, like the Wholesale Formula and so on and so forth. And by the way, this is a double win because affiliate Triad members who were part of the product as it was created, many of which have already been successful with this product, they're the easiest ones to make money with it. They say, hey, listen, you should buy this program. Why? Because I went through it and I was successful with it. There's not an easier pitch in the world. That thing writes itself. That is success succeeding. And that's exactly how we designed it to be, okay? This is exactly how we're crowdsourcing value. We find the up-and-coming products that are going to be tomorrow's best products. We essentially allow our affiliate triad members to experience them firsthand for free, be embedded in their results, and then they can leverage their results both individually and as a group, because they're all part of the same group, right? And that is the success that keeps on succeeding. I call it the Farm League. Welcome to the Affiliate Triad Farm League. I got this concept because my wife is a huge St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan. And the only team to win more World Series in baseball than the Cardinals is the Yankees. And the Yankees have always had the largest bankroll. They can buy the best that money has to offer, right? So how is it then that a small market team in the Midwest, in the middle of nowhere essentially, right, has become one of baseball's most successful franchises? Well, they invented the farm team system. In fact, almost everybody uses the farm league these days, but St. Louis was the first one to use it. So instead of trying to buy up the best talent, the best up-and-coming baseball players, because they didn't have the bankroll to do that like everybody else was trying, St. Louis says, we're going to grow our own. And they went out there and they created their own. So they created like the minor league system, and they started developing prospects and helping them and coaching them and shaping them into tomorrow's superstars. Just as somebody like Jonathan Green came to us and we said, we need to shape the product this way. We need to do this. We need to prove it out. We are growing our own. We're not just looking at the existing offers that are on the market and trying to make them better. We are actively from within our own ranks of affiliate triad making the very best for tomorrow and being ready for it before it hits tomorrow. We're taking the same approach. We find what's likely to become the best breakout offers of tomorrow, help shape them, get affiliate triad members at the first seat at the table for them, test these offers for freeze, and if they hit big, we ride that wave into massive cash windfalls. That's part of how affiliate triad has shown itself to be value crowdsourced. We didn't expect that. We didn't anticipate that directly, but that's one of the ways that it happened. Now, here's the double benefit of this specific example, right? The program that Jonathan has, it teaches you to drive traffic and drive some of the best quality traffic for some of the cheapest prices I've ever seen. And that wins twice, because the more traffic you can drive, the more money you're going to make in affiliate triad. So the wholesale formula is the great magic trick. You can make a lot of money by next month not being able to drive any traffic, just through the friends, family members, and acquaintances approach, right? Of which we have documented several examples of how to do exactly that inside the members area, right? But I don't want you just to live off of that. This is me giving you the fish while simultaneously teaching you how to fish. So I love the fact that these programs will help you make money in affiliate triad for everything inside of affiliate triad. But also because you get to be there when the program is unfolding, you're part of the story. You're part of its lore. You're part of its history. You're part of its DNA. You're part of its result. When that's the case, that's ultimate congruence. These become the easiest products in the world for you to make money promoting. And I extra love that. And this is, by the way, one of the many ways in which our farm system is crushing it. And I'm barely scratching the surface here. You have to see it for yourself. You got to experience the whole thing inside affiliate triad. And let's be honest with each other. You know you want to. It's at quadwin.com. $15 today. You got 15 days. 15 days will give you more than enough to realize if it's worth sticking around or not. Because listen, not everything can be everything to everyone, right? That's impossible. But I have a high faith that this is going to be your new home. This is going to be your new community. And by the way, let's talk community real fast, okay? I think community is more important than ever. I think that's a new rule of internet marketing. Now, many of my friends and people that I admire in this space of internet marketing, they run their communities through Facebook groups. I mean, I bet you most of you on this call, if you're on Facebook, you're in at least 3 Facebook groups. Now, some of you are like looking around nervously like 3? I'm in 30. Don't tell anybody, Jason. I'm feeling embarrassed right now. Yeah. Most of us, Facebook groups is one of the greatest inventions that Mark Zuckerberg used to make his platform sticky, okay? But people that create Facebook groups, people that run them, and people that participate in them, I don't think they're aware of how damaging these groups can be. This is like asbestos. I feel like Facebook groups will be the asbestos of tomorrow. You know how asbestos, everybody used to put it in the ceilings and the walls and stuff. And then one day they discovered many years later that it was poisonous and it was killing people, right? I think Facebook groups are the asbestos of the internet. One day they will be discovered to see super damaging. Now, I applaud anybody who attempts to create a community. Because long term, if you don't have the right community, even if you're successful, you're not really successful because you'll feel broken inside. Okay. But specifically, here's why we don't do Facebook groups anymore. First of all, it's too noisy. There's too much going on. It's too much chaos. So in the world where the chaos is accelerating, which it is today, it's going to be even noisier. It's going to be even more overwhelming. So easy to get distracted on Facebook. So easy to get swept up on nonsense in Facebook and on, getting majorly involved in minor spats. Okay. Did you know Kanye West and Kim Kardashian are going through a divorce right now, supposedly? I don't want to know that, but I seem to have no choice but to know that because of how much the social media windstorm sucks up everything in its path, right? Now, on another viewpoint, Facebook groups are not meant to be mastermind groups. Facebook groups are not designed to create the type of community that is a valuable community, especially in business, right? They don't have the features for that. They don't have the functionality for that. Facebook groups are very limited and very counterproductive to creating a mastermind, to creating a community. It's not meant for that. It's great for like getting people together to buy and trade and sell stuff and to hang out and be enthusiastic about concepts. That's fine, right? But it's not meant to be a community built around something that is valuable and that uplifts everybody, right? And I don't want our value to be mixed in with all the other nonsense that's smeared all over Facebook. You take a supply of water, like a well, and you drop some poison in that water supply, and it ruins the whole water supply. And it's very dangerous, in my opinion, to commingle the value with all the nonsense that's smeared all over Facebook, right? So we don't do Facebook. We use Slack. Now, most of you know what Slack is because guess who else spiked during the pandemic? Slack did, right? Slack is made for virtual teams. Slack is designed from the ground up to help companies that have virtual employees interact with each other. What does that mean? What's the implication on that? It's not a social media platform. The implication is this: it's designed for collaboration. It's designed for communication with teams. It's designed for productivity. It's designed for information sharing. You ever try to search and find stuff on Facebook? Oh, that's the funniest thing I've heard all day. When somebody says, I'm going to search for it on Facebook, right? That makes me laugh. Good luck with that, but in Slack, you can find anything from anyone quicker than anything that you've ever experienced with these types of communities, because that's what it's designed for. And it's the best at it too. Which is why Microsoft Teams can't hold a candle to it, or any of these other platforms that came out and try to get into space. So these big, gigantic corporations couldn't buy their way into this market. It took a company like Slack, an agile startup, to earn its way into this market and dominate it. And now, Salesforce bought it, and the smartest thing they'll do is leave it alone. But this is that rare instance where somebody came out of nowhere and crushed the space. Slack is amazing. Now, here's why so few marketers build Slack communities, because you think, Jason, if it's so good, why ain't everybody doing it, right? Let me tell you why. There's one specific reason why, and it's this. It's expensive to run a Slack community, to be the host of a Slack community, okay? It's 100% free for you to join, right? But it's expensive for me to run one. It's expensive for Will and I to host a Slack community. How expensive, you say? Well, let me tell you exactly how expensive. $15 per user per month. So for every 100 members that we add to affiliate Triad, we pay Slack $18,000 a year. And my goal is to, by the end of the year, be paying Slack $250,000. I want to pay Slack $250,000. That is a goal that I've set. Okay, it drives the accounting side of our company nuts, right? But that's my ambitious goal. And I love this because marketers are notoriously cheap. They ask their customers to invest in them, but they don't invest in their customers, right? And this is one of the many ways in which we do this. So $15 trial to you, I'm losing money on that trial in a very real sense, because 15 comes straight off the top to Slack. What to speak of, we still pay affiliates for referrals into Slack and this and that and all the other overhead costs and all the other value that we have and all the other things that we're on the hook for, right? Now, here's how Slack empowers affiliate Triad members. We have real-time support there, often single-digit minute response times from our staff. Wilson Matos, my co-founder, and every bit is responsible for the $100 million plus we've been able to generate in this space, reads every single message on Slack in the community. You couldn't do that in Facebook, by the way, even if you wanted to, but you can do that in Slack. That's awesome. Real-time support, real-time communication. What I love about Slack is we can drop material in line right in the form of communication. Sharing content is easy on Facebook groups, kind of, but sharing multi-point, touch point stuff, moving parts and all that kind of stuff. But videos go right in line, audios go right in line, documents, announcements. So much can be done natively right inside the app without having to run in 15 different directions, right? So this allows for us to have this real-time breaking communication that stuff like email can't do and stuff like instant messenger is too overwhelming to do and all that kind of stuff, right? And they have this concept called channels, all right? Now, this is why, by the way, we pay $15 a month per user, because there's an option where it's a crippled version of Slack where you can dump everybody in one channel and it only keeps the latest number of messages and then deletes every other message. But that is just another bit of chaos we don't want to be involved in. So we have these different channels, and these channels are easy to follow. They're easy to subscribe to. They're easy to sort and sift. And we have a whole document. It's one of the first things you'll see, by the way, when you join this $15 trial for Affiliate Triad, right? And this allows us to collaborate and create connection. We all help each other out. And it's not just because we care. And it's not just because we have a great group of people, right? Because there's a lot of marketers who have that. There's a lot of marketers who care with all their heart. And there's a lot of marketers who create Facebook groups who bring the right people in and have the right content and the right atmosphere, but they don't have the ecosystem. That's their missing link. So we have everything that everybody else has that's good about community, and we have that extra level. We have the right ecosystem. I cannot do the community justice. You have to experience it. And see, really, here's the play. The Wholesale Formula is just this big, juicy opportunity to hook you in. Let me be very transparent with you here. This is the marketer in me. Here is my very sneaky sales tactic that I'm using to get you to sign up, right? I'm giving you this big, juicy thing called the Wholesale Formula to promote next month. The done-for-you promotion, the done-for-you bonuses, the done-for-you everything, where with a handful of people that somehow along the way in your life you've crossed paths with, you can do extremely well with. That is the bait. That is the big juiciness to get you to jump in and try this thing out. That's the Wholesale Formula. But there's so much more value than that. And long term, what really needs to be taken for you to accelerate your success and then have longevity and the momentum to build success upon success. That's what we really are building here at Affiliate Triad. So we put you in a position to make big money quickly, even if you aren't ready for it, even if you aren't prepared for it. We inject the cash, and then we parlay that into long-term, long-lasting, consistent winning with what we develop inside of Affiliate Triad. Try it. Quadwin.com. And I have 9 slides left, and I'm sure I can see Will. He's salivating with some questions and some things he wants me to address. So I'll certainly get to that. Give me 9 slides. But before you give me 9 slides, give me a chance. Let's go to quadwin.com. Want you to sign up. $15 get you 15 days. After that, if you want to stay, no obligation to stay, by the way, $3.99 a month. Cancel whenever you wish to. See all of this for yourself. And we have so much more planning coming in to usher in to make these 15 days phenomenal for you, to again get you to want to stay, because we're not just hoping you stay. We're going to do everything we can in our power to empower you. So staying is the most obvious thing that you could ever do in your life. Now, one last example of the value waiting for you, and then we'll open it up to questions. Here's the micro to prove the macro. I have this philosophy that if you're in my universe and you're under my care and you're under my guidance, I refuse to let you lose. I will pick you up, throw you over my shoulder, and carry you across the finish line. That is the attitude that I bring into whatever I put my time into. And I want to prove that to you. And that's just not my philosophy. That's our philosophy as a company. But here's a very specific example that proves that. More than anything, the number one thing that can make you rich and keep you rich online is building your own email list. Nothing else comes close. It is by far the most valuable long-term activity that any one of us could ever do. Yet I think I have a better chance of teaching you how to juggle flaming chainsaws blindfolded than I do teaching you how to build an email list. It's hard. I tried to teach this for about 10 years, and I never seemed to be able to make it click. So we thought, hey, this is going to be the chance, because I'm not going to give up on this because I know how valuable this is to it. So when we started Affiliate Triad, we went in on this. We're like, now we have the game changer. We're going to help you build email lists over time. Damn it, you're going to have an email list anyway. That's what I kept saying. So everything that we do for Affiliate Triad members, every funnel that we build, including the wholesale formula, every webinar that I run, every resale product, all that kind of stuff, we give you two opportunities. You can promote us directly. That's the easy button method, we call it. Or if you wish to, you can capture any email of anybody that would sign up for any of our stuff, right? So we thought that alone, when we launched Affiliate Triad, we thought that alone was going to solve the email problem, the great email pandemic that has faced internet marketers forever. Okay. But we were wrong. It wasn't enough. Here are the obstacles that we had covered. So obstacle that we solved immediately was we just built the funnels for you. And we paid for the first year of the platform that you would put those funnels on. So you don't need your own funnel builder, none of that stuff, right? So we crossed that obstacle off the list, but there's more obstacles. You say, Jason, I don't got anything interesting or enticing to give somebody in exchange for their email. So we built those for you, and we create more of those for you, and we always will, right? And now people were starting to build a list, but we noticed that they didn't want to build a list. They were scared to build a list, or if they had a list, they were still stuck. And we're like, what's going on? They're like, Jason, once we get them on a list, we don't know what to send them. We don't know when to send it to them. We don't know how to send it to them. And we're like, oh, I got it. So we solved that too. We just said, listen, we'll just write every single email that you would ever need to send to anybody for as long as anybody's on your list and you're inside of Affiliate Triad. We'll tell you when to send offers. We'll tell you when to send content, and we'll give you that content, and we'll give you those offers. And then you say, well, I don't have the technology. Well, we'll give you the technology. We'll pay for the first year of the technology for you to do this. We'll rebate that back to you, right? And now we've solved every single major issue, even the ones we weren't aware of, but we observed and then we adjusted. We observed and then we adjusted. And that's the micro to prove the macro. This is our attitude. We are constantly living in what's called Kaizen, small continual improvements, but they add up over 8 months. And so literally, you will never have to write an email ever in your life, but you could run email campaigns from now until the end of the time if you're inside of Affiliate Triad, because we're always writing new emails for our members' email list. And these are super good, super high value content-based emails, okay? So we rebate the first year of your email technology back to you so you can send out emails and do everything that we show. Okay. We give you a whole marketing platform, by the way, to do that. Every done for you funnel that we give to you has an option to add people to your email list. We write every email for every promotion that we do for you so you can just copy and paste them in easy peasy. And we also give you enough email content between promotions that you'll always have something valuable to send to your email list. And we handhold you through each step of the process. That's what we do. Now, here's the bigger picture to that. This isn't an attitude we only and exclusively apply to email marketing and list building. We go at every obstacle, every challenge, every excuse that could get in your way of making money with this same damn attitude. Like, say, traffic, for example. So getting traffic. First, we give you as many opportunities as possible where you don't have to get traffic at all. Just from friends, family members, and acquaintances. You can 17x your money in Affiliate Triad easily, right? So we have plenty of those opportunities. There is an exception to this rule. If you are a despicable, insufferable jerk that nobody wants to talk to, then this won't work for you. But if that is you, please don't sign up for the trial because you got bigger problems in your life than trying to make money online. But for your average person, 99% of you, you got this already, okay? So that's the first way. Second way, we spotlight members in Affiliate Triad who are successful. How'd you get your traffic? What did you do? What worked? What didn't work? What's lovely about this is most of these folks are very similar to you. In a lot of ways, I'm super similar to you, but in a few distinct ways, I am not, because I've made hundreds of millions of dollars of sales online. So it's harder to relate to me than, say, one of our success stories like Anna, who's also a mentor of ours, who was like, hey, I had some clients because I used to do fitness training and such, and I had this following, and I put this on my Facebook, and I did this. And people are like, damn, I could do that. They can see themselves doing that. They may not see themselves doing webinars like I do, but they can see themselves doing that. So we spotlight those members. And we have a lot of those. Third, we get you coaching on traffic methods from these hopeful to be future promotions. Like earlier, I talked to you about Jonathan Green. Another example is from our member of Affiliate Triad, Daniel Hall. Daniel Hall has a really killer Pinterest method for driving traffic. And we got review access to his course for all Affiliate Triad members for free. And we're working on a bigger picture on that as well. Just like everything, it's a work in progress though. But it's going to be awesome because of that farm league system. And lastly, it's just another way. There's more even than this, but we stay on the leading, bleeding edge. So we're always testing and reporting to you and pinpointing and uncovering different traffic opportunities, not just us, but our members as well. So let me state it to you boldly. If you can't get traffic from what we offer inside Affiliate Triad, you ain't getting it anywhere else either. Period. I'm going to put that out there for you to chew on, right? If you can't get traffic from what we show you inside of Affiliate Triad, you won't be able to get anywhere else or from anywhere else or any other program, right? But for many of you, where you couldn't get traffic with anything else you've ever tried before, you can get more than enough of it with Affiliate Triad. And that is a Jason Fladlien promise, right? Here it is. $15 gets you 15 full days of access to see each and everything that you can see to help you make the decision of whether you want to stay in or not. I will be answering questions here very shortly. I also forgot, hilariously enough, Will, because I got so in state, we got some money to give away too. So I'm feeling a little bad that I made people wait so long to give that money away. But man, I got on a roll there.
We do have money to give away. I have so many questions. Can we just address a couple of the questions and then we get to the money?
Yeah. So let's try to stay under 5 minutes for now. Get the money and then give the money and circle back. And I'm going to hang out and we'll try to get to the rest of them.
Okay. So the most important question, and folks, pay close attention as we address these questions, because there's a lot of questions that are the same question asked in slightly different ways. So I'm going to paraphrase and group the answer in one. So this might be your question. But one of the biggest questions here, Jason, or things that people are wondering is whether they will be able to make money 15 days from now or within the 15 days. And then I want to be very careful and clear in the explanation. So we will both answer this one.
I love that question, by the way. I should have put it in the presentation, right?
Yeah, so they hear it twice. So is it possible? It is extremely possible, but I don't want you to count on it. That is not the purpose of getting you in for $15. Yep. $15 is a way, by the way, we've never done this before. There has never been an option to sign up for Affiliate Triad for less than the full monthly fee right up front. This is the very first time we're doing this because, as Jason said before, we want to give everybody the best chance they possibly have to be successful in 2021. It's January 2021. We're 6 days into a new year. Let's help everybody. So $15 is a way for you to get in there and get full access to everything that we offer inside Affiliate Triad, and then understand what the program is about. Because in 90 minutes that we've been here, 99 minutes that we've been here, we can tell you all about the program. We can tell you about the value of the traffic training coaching group and the reseller licenses and the traffic automation software and the product review access and the over the shoulders and the Slack community. We can tell you all about it. But until you experience it, you won't be able to fully understand it. Imagine this. Imagine I'm trying to sell you a vacation to Hawaii, and I'm trying to explain Hawaii to you. What if instead I was able to take you to Hawaii and drop you there for half an hour, 45 minutes, or 15 days, and then say, okay, did you like it? Do you want to buy the vacation now? Right? Wouldn't it be way better to experience it? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to go to a restaurant, look at the menu and say, boy, I can't choose what I want to eat. Listen, I want to try the lasagna. I want to try the steak. I want to try this particular bottle of wine. And then after you try it, you can decide, well, okay, go ahead, bring me the meal because I want to pay for it, right? So that's the kind of idea here. Now, can you make money within the next 15 days? It is a very strong possibility if you're a fast starter and you do exactly what we teach you. When you join today, you're going to immediately get access to what I call the Getting Started Guide. The Getting Started Guide is going to have about 6 tasks that you need to accomplish to be fully set up. Beyond those 6 tasks, there's not much you get to do right now until next week. Next week, we have our first promotion. Jason didn't even talk about the first promotion because it's a fairly small one, quote unquote. It's a great promotion, by the way. I don't want to minimize it. It's an unbelievable promotion, to be honest.
Yep.
But we'll call it a small promotion. In that promotion, you will be able to earn commissions right away.
Totally.
You'll be able to earn affiliate commissions starting, I believe, on the 14th, which is 8 days away from now.
Yep.
Now, am I guaranteeing you that you're going to? I can't guarantee it. It's going to depend on you actually doing. You have to do a little part of this, right? We're not just saying pay us a monthly membership fee and we'll wire money into your account every month. That's not what we're saying. But we're going to give you all the resources to allow you to be able to earn those affiliate commissions. And you will get to experience that firsthand starting next week. So will you know what you're getting within the 15 days? 100% sure, as long as you look at it. There's one way that you won't know anything in 15 days. If you give me $15 today and do nothing about it, then you won't know anything in 15 days. But if you fully participate in the community, if you go through the 6 tasks that I assign you in the Getting Started Guide over the next few days, you're going to know without the shadow of a doubt whether Affiliate Triad is the right thing for you or not. And at that point in 15 days, if it's the right thing for you or not, it doesn't matter if you've made money in 15 days or not. The important part is it going to help you long-term? Is it going to help you be successful in 2021? Because you can be here on this webinar and make $400 in a few minutes if you get drawn. But that's not going to help you in 2021. It's going to give you a little cash to play with, maybe to pay some bills. That's great. Maybe a car payment, right? That's awesome. However, it's not going to change your life in 2021 like Affiliate Triad can change your life in 2021. And we're not giving you a limited access trial. You're going to get access to the whole thing. So, Jason, what's your answer to can I make money in 15 days?
I appreciate where it's coming from because now more than ever, the demand for most people to see money sooner rather than later is probably greater than it's ever been. And I totally understand that. And that makes a lot of sense. But that is not the point and the premise of why we're making this offer. It isn't, okay? To use Will's analogy, I really like that. If you go and you want to sample some different platters before you decide what to order, it's unlikely sampling those platters is going to fill you up. It's not going to satiate you. You're not going to be full from those, right? But it will inform you on what you should order. And then you will be happier that you did order it, right? So it is unlikely that for most of you, you will make enough money in the next 15 days from your trial to offset a $399, which is the full membership dues. That's here. And in some cases, if that is your main focus, it'll probably cost you money by the end of February. Why? Because we're all tooled up and geared up to crush it in February together. This is why I'm setting this up for you now. So when February comes, it's not the 11th hour and you're like, oh crap, I can take advantage of this now, right? We've given you plenty of runway to get the plane off the ground. And that's the real point. Now, for those of you who absolutely need to feel comfortable by having your backup parachute still packed and deployed so you can still make some money or at least have the opportunity, sure, we do have that. Will's not joking. The offer that I didn't mention that was not a part of this at all, that's going to be opened up in 8 days from today, converted at 25% plus. In fact, I think it was closer to 35% conversion in the small test in which we made it and offered it, right? Isn't that funny? By the way, most people, if they pulled off a 30% conversion, it'd be the only thing you'd ever hear from them. They'd write 15 emails on it. They'd send out 12 press releases. They would post on Facebook looking for status confirmation from other people of kudos. And they would have published a course by now on how they got a 30% conversion and sold it to you, right? Will and I pulled that off. We don't even mention it in the webinar, okay? Because that's not our focus. Our focus isn't on the necessarily instant gratification, although there is that. There always is a component of that, right? The real focus is on you need to find a home to be a part of. Right now, more than ever, you need to find a home to be a part of. And perhaps for no other reason than your own mental well-being, a shelter from the chaos, right? It's a storm and you need shelter. I want you in on our shelter. I want to take care of you. Okay. I also then want to take that time while you're in our storm shelter. You realize, oh my God, we're not just hiding from the storm, right? We're building a weather system that can change the weather. And that's what this represents. So certainly possible for you. Here's the cool thing about this. Affiliate Triad has many tracks and many paths because there are many people in many different situations. And that's one of the rules of marketing. Our diversity is going to continue to diversify. We are continuing to be even more segmented as a population, which is awesome if you can cater to that and you can empower that. And that's what we've done in Affiliate Triad. We've been able to figure out a way to have a common place where everybody can congregate, but not create conformity where only this type of individual or this type of personality or this type of situation can be successful. Big claims. I understand that. That's why I want to prove them to you.
They're going to see it right away. They're going to see it today within hours of signing up, because as soon as you get into the community, as soon as you get into Slack, which you can do literally within 10 minutes of joining, you're going to go in there and you're going to introduce yourself, and don't be worried about it. You can just say, hello, my name is, and you're going to see the warm welcome that you're going to immediately get from existing members, from our staff, from myself. I have literally, in all my years online, and I've been online since the early days of the internet, since before Jason even knew what a computer was, right? I have never participated in an online community as awesome as this. We tend to call it our Affiliate Triad family, and we refer to it as a family, and that's not a cliche. When you get in there, you will get to experience a family-like atmosphere, and the good kind of family, not the kind of family you want to stay away from. You better qualify that, right, Jason?
Right.
The good kind of family. And you're truly going to feel this. And if you don't, you will know within 15 days. But if you get in there and if you're willing to participate, you're going to get so much out of it. And this is why we can do this $15 for 15 days. It literally costs us money, as Jason said. It will cost me $15 to pay Slack. However, the $15 you pay me doesn't cover that cost because I have to pay merchant fees on top of the $15.
Yep.
So it doesn't, I pay money for you to participate in this, for you to check it out. And it's worth it because I know so many of you are going to stay in as members and add value to the community. We want everybody to add value to the community, and people add value in lots of different ways. When you ask questions, you add value, because there are a lot of people that have the same question and they're not willing to ask. They're worried or afraid to ask questions. And when you ask a question, it helps other people see the answer that they wish they had asked for.
And it tells us what we need to focus on. When we see a group of people that are struggling with something, Will and I don't go, uh-oh, right? We say, how do we solve this? And then we get to work, right? So that's valuable to us. It's also valuable just for you to try things out. And then Will and I observe how you interact with the resources we give you. And then we punch them up. We bulletproof them. We power them up. We do all that kind of stuff. And not just us, okay? We are the figureheads of Affiliate Triad, but we are just two members of Affiliate Triad. The real value is in the community itself. And it's really exciting is when Affiliate Triad members come to us and they they have already demonstrated their value to the community because they're so valuable to other members. And then they say, hey, listen, we want to try this. And we're like, whoa, I never thought about that. I never noticed that, right? So this is a holistic, valuable group. Here's the problem. If you want to post memes, we don't allow memes to be posted in Affiliate Triad, right? If you want to kick back and just joke around and have fun, there's so many places online you can do that. This isn't what Affiliate Triad is about. So in that way, it's not like your normal community. We are very on topic and focused on changing the world. And that's what
Here's an interesting question. What if I join Affiliate Triad and I make sales next week, but then I don't renew my membership? Do I still get paid my commissions? Yes, right. Of course you do. Of course, your commissions aren't related to whether you're a member or not. Now, you won't be able to promote that particular program in the future, but we're not going to hold your commissions hostage because you cancel. You can cancel at any time. Totally. Earned commissions are earned commissions. You just cannot participate in any future things, and you will lose access to all the trainings and Slack and all the content that we've given you and all the reseller licenses and all the additional bonus courses. You lose access to all that. But once you earned your commission, you earned your commission. It's yours. At the time when it comes time for you to get paid, you will get paid those commissions. That's a guarantee.
Right. You're hopping on our private jet for a $15 ticket. And then when we land in the Bahamas and you get out, if you want to stay there, you could stay there, right? We hope you go on the jet with us and go to the next location, right? But you're under no obligation to. You don't owe us anything other than that. If that's the way that it works for you, that's the way it works for you. This isn't a trick in that way. And I understand where this comes from, right? So totally. Indulge me for a second. I know we got money to give away, but I like to watch these breakout disruptive technologies. And one of the biggest disruptive technologies in the last couple of years is an app called Robinhood. And Robinhood is essentially gamified options trading and stock trading. So now all these people are out there trading stocks on Robinhood, which is an app, and they're supposedly trading under the guise that it's cheaper than TD Ameritrade or these other places because you don't have to pay brokerage fees, right? What's buried behind the scene in very, very, very obfuscated, I can never say that word, ways, is that in fact, it's more expensive to trade on Robinhood than it is to trade the traditional way. They've changed how they've done these tradings, right? And now they're getting sued as a result of that. So I totally get where you're coming from. There is so much smoke and mirrors out there. Even the smoke has smoke, and even the mirrors have mirrors. That's how bad it's gotten, right? And it will get worse. Okay, Nostradamus Fladlien has predicted that it will get worse in 2021 because as more people become desperate, there's more smoke and mirrors that are created. So I get and I understand and I empathize with you where that comes from, right? But we're not running that kind of scam. We are running a scam. Here's our scam, right? Our scam is to trick you to get into Affiliate Triad so you can get your hands on a $2,400 course and be able to promote things along the way and do all this under the guise of really, I want to slap some golden handcuffs on you. I want to lure you in with the bright, shiny object of a Wholesale Formula promotion, and then I want to sneak in long-term valuable stuff, such as building your email list, such as getting your platform set up, right? You know, if we polled our average user, more people in the internet marketing space have spent $2,000 on a course than they have registering a domain. So they buy the courses, but they don't register the domains to promote their websites. It's easier to sell somebody a course, it seems, than a domain, right? That ain't what we're about. We want you to build resources long-term, not just chase bright, shiny objects, right? But we're going to use a bright, shiny object on you. You're damn right. I got to meet you where you're at, but we're going to get you in and we're going to pull the scam of the century when we switch that around. Aha! We got value here that you didn't even know about. That's the kind of scam that I'm running. So quadwin.com. If you want to be a co-conspirator in this scam, that's where you need to go to do that. It's $15 for 15 days. If you exploit me, you exploit me, right? Won't be the first time I've been exploited. Certainly won't be the last time I've been exploited, right? But I'm open to risking being exploited to prove my case and to prove my value.
It's absolutely the best decision you can make this year, this entire year, try this for $15. Just try it. I don't know that we'll ever do this again, this whole $15 trial. We've never done it before. Since the inception of Affiliate Triad in March of 2020, we've never allowed anybody in unless they pay the full monthly fee. And we decided to do something really special this month. So give it a shot, see what happens. It's $15. You're going to get a ridiculous amount of value, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of true real world value for $15. You're going to see, and it's hard for me to explain, which is why it's important for you to see, that we want you to act, behave, execute in a tremendously ethical way, which is very different from this world that we're in of internet marketing. And some of these questions come from that. Like, if I leave, will you still pay me my commission, or are you going to hold my commissions, right? Yeah. That's because those are the types of programs and offers and groups that you've participated in. You're going to observe us act and behave and execute in an extremely ethical, congruent way with you. And this is what we teach our members and we expect our members to do. So for example, somebody asked, and I forgot the name, I apologize. What if one of the offers on a particular month is not congruent with my beliefs? Yeah. We tell you, don't promote. We do not want you to promote something you don't believe in. Yep. You never should promote something you don't believe in. This is why we give you access to every single program that we are going to promote, whether it's ours or somebody else's, right? Because we want you to understand, have the ability to understand. Now, do you have to go through the entire course, implement the whole thing? No, that isn't necessary to understand the value of it, right? An airplane sales guy doesn't have to be a pilot to understand the value, but he sure has flown in those airplanes, yep. Right? So he understands the value without being a pilot or an engineer or a designer of one of those airplanes. So you will have full access to see and understand. And if you want to go through the entire trainings and courses and products and implement and gain full value as if you had bought them, sure, go for it. Yep. Right? Go for it. That's awesome. But you're going to have time to review it at the depth that you want to be able to be comfortable with it. So are there other things that you can do on the months where you may not want to participate in promotions? Yes. Sure. There are evergreen funnels, there are lead magnet funnels, there are all kinds of things that will be available to you as an Affiliate Triad member so that you don't have to promote every offer every month. We want you to, but only if it's congruent. Again, we're going to demonstrate and be congruent about ethical marketing. It is so important to us. And, you know, why would you believe me if you haven't seen it inside our members area? But once you see it, and our members will tell you, ask any of the members that have been with us for months, they see it over and over and over and over again. We want to do the right thing by you, and we expect you to do the right thing by your prospects and your customers. And if you don't, then you don't belong in Affiliate Triad. Yep.
Yeah. Period. Just the amount of money we spent to add extra tracking to our Affiliate Triad members when they promote is insane. There's nobody you can promote on the planet that has more accurate tracking than what we provide for Affiliate Triad members. Simply because we always go that extra mile to make sure that you have advantages that nobody else has. I love the fact, too, of giving you course access, because then you can appreciate more the value of our webinars, our sales materials, and our bonus packages. Then you could say, oh, wow, they took this world-class, best-of-class product, and then this is how they sat this on top of it, right? That'll be a better education for you than going to Harvard Business School, because you can now emulate and model that in anything else that you would want to do. But it also gives you this nice, warm, fuzzy feeling inside. If you were sharing this course with somebody or promoting it to somebody else, you will feel special because you're part of a group that has something that's crowdsourced value that is unmatchable anywhere else. There's some power to that. That is that power of exclusivity, where not only if they're interested in anything like that, you have the best, and you have a bonus package that you can offer that you didn't design, we designed it, that's free to them. Is it time to give money away yet?
Let's give some cash away.
Sorry about the 5 minutes, right? That's not done intentionally to stretch out the amount of time that people stay on the webinar. Just when Will and I get going, sometimes it takes us a while to slow back down. All right, here's what you need to do. You want to make some money for free? You got to get lucky, and you got to enter in. Those are the only two qualifications. So enter in, and then you got to stay here. You can't leave, because we're going to verify this money right here on the spot. rapidcrushlive.com/cash. Go there now. And when you go there, it's going to ask for your name and your phone number and your email, I believe. Whatever it asks you for, give it to us, because that is how we verify that you've entered. Enter only once.
You're not going to be added to any email list. We're not going to be calling you or giving away your information. After this webinar, all that information is deleted. The reason we ask for all of that information is so that when we call your name, you can prove to us that you are the one who entered, and we can verify you on the webinar.
And then we can reach you to arrange for you to get your money, which is not as easy as it sounds when people have given away money in the past and trying to hunt them down and become a reverse collection agency, right?
Yeah, you might want to answer or open unknown emails from people you've never heard from before. It might be somebody who's trying to contact you, right? So make sure that you're registered just once. We're going to give you a few minutes. Why don't we just give them 3 or 4 minutes, Jason, so that people can open up the web browser and type the link.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Let's answer some questions. So I want to answer a couple of more questions, because I deal with this on a daily basis with previous members. How can a quote unquote, and we don't like this term, but I'll use it because that's what they're using, a rookie or a newbie, I don't like either of those terms, but a rookie or a newbie, be successful with this, and somebody who doesn't have technical expertise? Let me answer both of those to you. It's great that if you're a quote unquote a rookie or a newbie or have no experience, we love that, because it means you're not tainted in the way you view things or do things. Now, if you're tainted, it's okay. We'll untaint you. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't matter what your level of expertise is, because when we give you the instructions for a promotion, for example, we create short video instructions as well as PDF-based instructions that you can follow click by click. Will you have to do some things that are quote unquote technical in nature? Yeah, you have to be able to log into Kartra, and you have to be able to send an email from Kartra. You have to be able to accept some campaigns in Kartra, but you don't have to understand any of that or know how to do it. We tell you, log into Kartra, click this button, click the button that looks like this, type this text in, and we do it step by step by step. And let's say you get caught in the step by step and something went wrong and whatever, you go and ask our support, and our support team is there to help you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're literally going to get answers from our support team and or our members within a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. That's what we see all the time.
If you're on Slack, absolutely.
If you're in Slack, right. If you do it via email, it takes a little longer. So
about an hour.
Slack. So you're going to get all the help that you need, which is one of the powerful things about Affiliate Triad, which you won't get anywhere else, is all this detailed instruction that they're done for you where you don't have to do anything. You know, when Jason and I have a pet peeve, particularly me, you know, when you buy a piece of software, like if everybody's ever bought, for example, a WordPress theme or a WordPress plugin or something like that, that creates beautiful things, like create a website. If you've ever tried to design a website, you bought a theme or something like that, and you saw the demonstration of the theme and it looked beautiful and it was gorgeous. It had the right images, the right color scheme, and then you install the thing and you're like, now what? Because it doesn't look anything like the demo, right? Because they don't give you detailed step-by-step instructions on how to reconstruct what they've constructed in their demonstration. We don't do that to you. we show you what you're going to accomplish and then tell you exactly step by step how to accomplish it. Now, the other question I'm getting here is how much time is involved. To prepare for each promotion, it literally, we have the process down. It used to take several hours to prepare for a promotion. We've implemented new technology as time went along. It literally takes you 15 minutes or less now to prepare for a promotion.
Yep.
15 minutes or less and you can be promoting. That's it, right? Now, we also encourage you to read all the emails that we give you and all the content that we give you. That's going to take you a little longer. I don't know how slow a reader you are, right? Maybe 5 minutes per email or something like that. But to set up all the funnels that we give you, 15 minutes is an average time for a promotional funnel. And you can start promoting. Now, what if you don't have a list? Eventually, we want you to build a list. And we will talk all about this, by the way. The very first webinar that you're going to participate in is Monday, the 11th of January. It's our new member intake webinar. We give you kind of like an orientation training. Besides giving you all the details in the members area, we also want to give you a full-on orientation on Monday. And you'll be automatically registered for that webinar. If you can't make it at 1 p.m. Pacific, we will record it and put it in the members area so you can watch it anytime. Don't worry. But we'll give you a full introduction. One of the things we'll talk to you about is the importance of eventually building an email list, whether you have one or not. If you have social media following, if you have social media properties, blogs, YouTube channels, TikTok, whatever, you can do all of that. You don't need to do any one particular thing because you can drive traffic however you wish to drive traffic. But we want you to eventually have an email list. And we'll talk Monday about why that's really important. And we give you every single opportunity you could imagine to build an email list. We give you funnels that have lead magnets in them, right? We talk about how to create, and we give you lead magnets. We give you low ticket offers that are reseller products that you will get to sell and keep all the profit on, which are essentially paid lead magnets for you to drive traffic and build a list. Yep. Every promotion that we do with Affiliate Triad on a monthly basis, during the promotion, if you're sending traffic for people that are not on your list, they end up on your list.
Yep.
So building a list you don't have to have a list. If you have a list, if you have a social media following, if you have subscribers in any platform, that's awesome. You're ahead of the game. But if you don't have it, we're going to show you how to do it. Yep. One of the courses, it is a $2,500 course Jason mentioned earlier, Jonathan Green's course. It's called Lead Faucet. Jonathan will teach you over a several-week period how to never want for leads anymore. I mean, proven system. He's been doing the training for our members, proven system on how to get leads. And
you see that in Slack right now, by the way, the feedback on that system, the actual orientation, the amount of impact it's had on members. You'll see all that when you log in. It's no joke how valuable that is.
Yeah. So if you have a list, you're golden. You will likely make money next week. Yep. Very, very, very likely make money.
Yeah. Our list owners, they're practically going to name their next born after us because it's valuable to them, right? Now, 95% of Affiliate Triad members are not list owners originally. They start with nothing. It's interesting because same as me, I started internet marketing with 0 people on my email list, right?
By the way, you don't even need a website. Some people are asking, do I need anything besides what? You don't even need a website.
Nope.
There's no website needed,
yep.
Right? If you want, buying a domain is optional, and that's just to use it with your Kartra account. But that is optional. But if you want to buy a $10 domain, that will make some things a little better for you later. But that is optional if you don't want to spend $10. Now, let me address one other question, and I think we should start the drawing very soon, Jason.
Yep.
One other thing that was asked is, what other money do I have to spend? Oh, I love this question because we don't need you to spend any more money in Affiliate Triad. When you pay the monthly fee, we're not going to keep selling you stuff and tell you need this or you need that. We're very upfront. You need to pay us the monthly fee, and you need to pay Kartra, $99 a month. However, every 6 months, as long as you're a member, we refund you or rebate you the Kartra payments. So Kartra ends up costing you nothing as long as you're a member of Affiliate Triad for the first year, right? We do this for the first year. After that, you can pay for your own because you'll be making so much money is the idea that you won't need any help with that. And you will see the value and the benefit of the platform and affiliate Triad by then. So we will rebate you the Kartra. By the way, the Kartra costs you $1 to sign up for the first 30 days. So there's a trial for Kartra too. So you don't have to pop $99 right away either. There's a $1 trial that for 30 days that you get with our special link.
Yep.
So you get to experience affiliate Triad. You get to experience Kartra. Once you start paying for affiliate Triad 15 days from now, that's it. That's all you have to pay. And again, keep Kartra up to date on your payments. And then that's all you got, folks.
And you don't even need Kartra technically, although I want every one of you to have it because then you won't be able to build an email list. But technically speaking, you could promote our offers with the easy button method where you would promote it like you would promote anything as an affiliate. You send them to the funnel that we created through your affiliate link and you get your commissions. That's it, right?
So I will override Jason on that. Technically, a slim technicality may not require Kartra. However, I want everybody to have Kartra.
Yeah.
Trust me that you need Kartra, okay? You will shoot yourselves in the foot if you don't sign up for Kartra. And
which is why we pay for the first year for you. We will rebate that back to you because that's how much we believe of its importance in your success, period, right? And again, so what's your total cost? $15 today and then $1 anytime in the next, whenever you need to get that set.
The next few days. I want them to get Kartra set up in a few days.
So your total cost is going to be $16, $15 here and $1 for the trial. And then we will rebate the $97 per month back to you for Kartra for as long as you're active for the first full year. Yep.
We are extremely, extremely transparent in what we do. And we expect you to be transparent with your customers as well. So
I just want to be clear why we just did that right then. And Will and I weren't sure if we were going to do that or not going into the webinar. And we didn't really talk about it, but we thought about, hey, we might be able to do this or not. And the reason why I wanted to do that is two reasons. Reason number one is we always have to make choices in our life like that. Do we take the sure thing, what we know to be true, or do we take a chance on something that isn't so sure? So the whole premise of the trial was to remove some of that uncertainty. But I really wanted to know if we did a good enough job here today, an indication would be to me that somebody would forego the money in exchange for something that I feel was, did I demonstrate, and is their situation appropriate enough to where they would rather eschew a sure thing for value like affiliate Triad? And what I've discovered is you make enough people an opportunity like that, some of them will do it. And so for most of you, when you recommend things through affiliate Triad to people that you might think, hey, they wouldn't buy, don't be so sure of yourself because you don't know exactly what's going to happen until you put it in front of somebody. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do that, was to demonstrate in action the significance of the choices that we make. And there is a lot of writing on it, but what will people do? What they won't do? We don't know. We can only find out. Here's the second thing. Those of you who didn't win the money, right? You have now just seen that 40% of those who did win the money chose to give the money back. So hopefully 60%. That makes you decide 60%. That if somebody was willing to give up $400 of guaranteed profit for 2 months in a program, maybe it's okay for you to do $15 to try out a program for 15 days. So we call that reverse social proof in this instance. I don't know what we call it. It's not really a technique in my mind. I was just curious because I want you in the program. I don't think that's a secret at this point, right? And so I felt that perhaps for some of you on the sidelines still who weren't going to win the money, because not everybody can win, right? Is that you would see people that forewent the money and instead decided to enroll in the program. And that would make you feel more comfortable going in. If everything else I said didn't click for you, maybe that would click for you. So that's the second reason that I did that. But some of the times that we do some stuff like this, some of the times that Will and I do this is simply because it's fun too. It's like, I love to give away money when it makes sense. I don't always like to do it. Giving away money is dangerous because some people focus on what they lose if they don't win, as opposed to focusing on other things. It can make the water muddy if you're not careful, right? But what the hell? I'm more curious than I am anything. And I'm curious where you're at right now. By the way, I'm going to teach you one day how to do segues like this. You as an attendee in a webinar, I'll teach you the art of a segue, because I can segue anything into anything. So I'm wondering where you're at right now with Affiliate Triad. $15 for 15 days. Are there questions that we have not sufficiently answered, or that we did answer, but you forgot the answer to? Are there things that you want to know more about related to this opportunity that we didn't touch upon? I got to be truthful here with you right now. We came up with this 15 and 15 offer. When was it, Will? Was it 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 5 days ago?
Yep, something like that.
Something like that. Time doesn't really apply the same to me as it does for normal people, but it wasn't that long ago. And I wrote this whole presentation from scratch, essentially in the last 48 hours. No joke, right? When I do that, I have no idea what I'm going to miss, what I'm going to get right, what I'm going to get wrong, but it's fun to find out. And so brand new offer, last minute, channeling where we're all at together on this third rock from the sun. I know I didn't hit everything right, but here's my chance now, and here's your chance now to address some of the things that maybe we missed, or maybe I wasn't so clear on, or maybe that I skimmed over, or maybe that I need to unpack a little bit more, or that we need to unpack a little bit more.
All right, I'm going to scan through the questions. Can you promote TWF, the wholesale formula, authentically if you don't do it yourself? Absolutely, Joyce, because you will see, just because you don't do it yourself doesn't mean you don't see the quality of the program and how it can work for others. You just choose not to do it yourself.
Yep.
Again, the example of an airline or a private salesman, right? He doesn't have a private jet, likely, or he wouldn't be selling jets probably one-on-one, right? But he believes in the value that it brings to the potential customers. So we want you to look at the course. Hopefully, that's why you're going to get access to it next week, so that you can understand what it is. And you're not forcing. Here's something very critical and important. You are not forcing anyone to buy anything. You're not ramming it down their throat. You're literally presenting an opportunity. You don't have to do any selling. So those of you that worry about selling, you don't have to do any of it. This is not like a multi-level marketing or network marketing type situation where in order to be successful, you got to sit somebody down and do that whole pyramid thing and show them how they can get a downline and they're going to make money. That's selling, and that's forcing them to buy right there. In Affiliate Triad, we want you to be much more subtle and much more normal of a human being and behave in like a friendly manner in a way that takes the prospect's best interest in mind and their comfort level. So all you have to do is say, listen, there's this webinar. They're going to be presenting this opportunity for you to build an online business. Can you, at this point in your life, foresee the need or how it may fit in your life in 2021 for you to build yourself an online business? Could you use additional income? Just attend this webinar. Listen to what they have to say. You might enjoy it. Regardless of whether you end up signing up for the program or not, you're definitely going to learn something, because the content is always valuable and always there and always fascinating and entertaining and super educational. Yep. That's all you have to do. You
You say, hey, listen, if you've ever thought of trying to start an online business, you might want to watch this webinar. Keying on the word might. I didn't even say, you'll absolutely want to watch this webinar. See, the worst thing you can do is act like a marketer if you're not a marketer, right? So you don't want to say, if there's only one webinar that you would ever watch in your life, it must be this one. Now you're sounding annoying, right? For most of you, the best approach is, hey, if you ever thought about trying anything to make money online, perhaps you should take a look at this webinar. The gentler, the better for most of you. And that's the end of it. Consider yourself a door opener. All right. We build the house. You just get people to open the door to walk into the house. But back to the heart of the question of, can I promote it if I myself don't do it? Okay. Yes. And let me tell you why in a slightly different way than Will told you. Will's absolutely correct. But the beautiful thing about things like this is there's so many things that are true. And there's not one true and everything else is false, right? And so the reality is, who are you to assume what is good or what isn't good for the people that you could reach? I find it to be very limiting if I only allow myself to share with people what I'm personally doing, okay? I don't want to accuse you of being selfish, but that sounds very selfish, okay? Even if you're not trying to be. So you can even tell somebody, instead of trying to pretend you're doing something you're not, because please don't ever do that. You say, listen, I joined a group backed by the #1 company in the world that goes out and finds programs that they feel are best for helping people make money online. The reason I joined this group is because they give me all this crazy bonuses to anybody who's interested in any of these opportunities. And so I trust what they're doing, and I know you might be interested in it, so check it out. Now, do you see the shift of focus in that? The focus isn't on you, Joyce, or you, whoever, right? The focus is on, I'm part of this community. I joined it for this reason. One of their premises is this. You might qualify for that premise. Check it out, right? That's it, okay? Now, I get the hesitancy of some of you for this situation, which is why I want you to join the trial and then watch the member spotlights. There's one thing for us to tell you. You'll see it even better when the member spotlights, when you listen and watch those, right? Because, okay, who here's been to a timeshare pitch before? I certainly have. Sometimes I didn't even realize it was a timeshare pitch until it was too late, right? Okay. How do they get you at a timeshare pitch? They give away something crazy, right? Real value crazy. Like you get like a $500 voucher somewhere, or you get a free stay in a hotel, or you get a steak dinner with filet mignon and lobster, right? You get a real good prize, okay? In exchange for being tortured for 4 hours, okay? And that's how most of the world works when you think in terms of marketing. It's very bait and switch. So I understand that the last thing you want to do, even a complete stranger, forget friends and families and acquaintances, right? I would not want to send a complete stranger into a wolf's den like that, right? But that's not what we're doing here. So take the wholesale formula, for example. Some of you have already seen version A or version B of the webinar, not the version I'm going to have by the time we promote it again in February. But literally, I show people a mathematical formula on how to determine if a product is worth selling or not worth selling on Amazon. That is like the holy grail of anybody starting off in Amazon. I don't hide that formula. I don't give half of that formula away for free, right? I don't show just a part of the formula and not leave you the ability to use the formula unless you buy what I'm selling, right? I give it all to you, okay? Because I have a very, very interesting outtake on life, which influences all my selling. My philosophy is this. If I show you how to do it on your own, completely and fully, then you have the choice of continuing on your own or accelerating it by doing it alongside me. And my bet in life is that a sane human being, if they have the means and it makes sense, will take the option where we can work at it together, right? But my philosophy is this. There is no way, no matter how hard I try, I could give away every secret of the wholesale formula in 1 hour. Couldn't do it, but I certainly try my best. I do. I honestly do. Knowing it's impossible. So most people, when they sell, they take the approach of what's the least we can share with somebody, so they have to buy it all. And I take the opposite approach, okay? I say, I can't give everything, but if I can give the best version of that thing in a single setting, in a single webinar, what would that look like, okay? There are 6 people in the world that can pull that off that I've identified in all my studies. I'm one of those 6. I know it feels weird putting myself in a group like that, but there are 6 human beings in the world that I know of that have that unique skill and can pull it off with a high degree of consistency. That's what you're sending people to. if you only knew the amount of work that we put into developing one of those webinars, you would then say, oh yeah, of course, that's why they're successful. Duh, of course they are. Look at all the damn work they do, right? By the way, you want to know how I construct these? I give you over the shoulders of exactly how I do all of these marketing campaigns that are really impactful, like the Wholesale Formula. I share with you. I say, this is how I came up with this. This is what I initially tried to do. It didn't work. So this is how I pivoted. This is how I modeled this. I had a client the other day who qualified for a consultation with me because he made a certain amount of sales. Like he bought one of our programs, made a whole bunch of sales. I didn't know he was an affiliate Triad because he never promotes anything inside of affiliate Triad. And I get on the call with this gentleman and he was like, Jason, I just want to let you know I'm a lifer in affiliate Triad. I go, oh, you're in affiliate Triad? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm never going to promote anything inside of affiliate Triad. He goes, but your coaching and your training and your mindset stuff, he goes, that alone makes me a lifer in affiliate Triad, even though I don't plan on promoting anything as an affiliate. And I felt good because that's essentially our intention, is to make this thing so valuable that it's more valuable than any coaching program you can join. It's more valuable than any training program that's out there. But all of those things are secondary benefits to the main focus of what we're building here, right? Which is the one-stop shop for success online. Our goal is in the next decade, by 2030, okay? This is how I measure things in timelines, by decades, that we'll have changed the narrative around our industry. Because the internet marketing industry it's horrible in terms of its reputation, in terms of how it operates. It's disgusting, it's scummy, it's gross, it's sleazy. And we're going to change that. And it will take us 10 years. Should take us 25, but Will and I were overachievers, so it'll only take us 10 years, right? But we need your help. We can't do it alone. But we can do it together. And that's our ultimate aim of the next 10 years of Affiliate Triad, right? And one of the ways that we get there, and you're going to see this over and over again in our core values of Affiliate Triad, is we always put the customer first. Always. So I don't say, how can I negotiate a kickback from the Wholesale Formula and I take all the money, right? I say, how can we negotiate something from Wholesale Formula so everybody can benefit? Which means I give you access to the course so you can review it, which means we get exclusivities for you. So, hey, listen. Other affiliates might promote some of the products that we promote that are not Affiliate Triad members. Yes, certain people exist out there that are not Affiliate Triad members. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me. I think something's broken in their brain, but there are affiliates out there that promote things that are not Affiliate Triad members. And the beautiful thing is, in almost every single instance, our affiliates and Affiliate Triad, they got a better deal. In some instances, it's literally, we've negotiated affiliate payments that are higher than any other affiliate outside of Affiliate Triad gets. And we've done that on multiple occasions. Let me give you another one. A lot of affiliate promotions, sometimes they'll have like upsells or cross sells in their funnel, and they won't pay the affiliates on those. And we come to the table and we say, how do we get the affiliates paid on those? Now, most affiliates aren't even aware that's a thing. Certain affiliates negotiate deals where they take all the money on the upsell and they just try to hide it from everybody else, right? No, we try to always involve you in the process. And those are some of the many ways in which together we can shift this community. And that's absolutely the God's honest truth. And you can see it. I got nothing to hide. If I was making this up, I would be exposed in 1 minute inside of the Affiliate Triad Slack community, right? I couldn't say these things, but I got nothing to hide, which is why it makes sense for us to do a trial. Put the money where the mouth is, 15 for 15.
Well, Jason, I believe that we have answered every major...
I saw a lot of the private answerings in the chat, which is...
Yeah, I've been typing fast and furious.
I like that.
We've answered every question, every major question at least. If you have any additional questions, something we haven't answered, something that you're wondering about how it works, you can always reach us at support@rapidcrush.com, because the sooner you get started, the sooner you'll be ready for the promotion next week.
Yep.
There's a promotion that you can start letting people know about on Monday. If you wait until Sunday, you have to do a whole bunch of work before, not a whole bunch, but you have to do some setup, right, beforehand. and you have to get acquainted with things. You can't just join on Sunday and start promoting Monday. You can, but you're going to have a late night on Sunday, right?
It won't be as comfortable.
You always start promoting on Tuesday or Wednesday, but the sooner you promote, the sooner you have success. So bottom line is I want you to have the best option possible, right? And the best option possible is to join as quickly as possible and get started so that you can hit the ground running next week with the promotion that we'll bring to you starting Monday. So,
which, by the way, is what we call a universal promotion. It's not in the make money space. It's in the head space, as I like to call it, the personal development self-help, which, by the way, in early January, it's like candy, giving candy to a child, right? They just love to eat that stuff up. And so we try to get them where they're at and then evolve them to where we'd like them to go and where they would like to go. So that is a very universal offer that is super easy for you to put in front of anybody and for them to say yes to. And unlike the Wholesale Formula, which is $2,497, some people get sticker shock on these higher priced options. Not customers, affiliate Triad members. Yes, you know who you are. You know who I'm talking to right now. Some of you yet haven't crossed that chasm of your own personal feelings of higher price courses, and you're imposing your values on others. We're going to work on that. We're going to fix that, right? But also going to give you opportunities. So not everything that you promote is a $2,497 product, okay? Generally speaking, the best offers are also the ones that are higher priced, that have the most impact, that will make you the most money and help the most people. But if you are limited right now in your ability to fully step into the full you, we also give you other products at other price points that are more comfortable with where you're at now. So we can put the training wheels on your bike and eventually we will take them off. Okay.
Yeah. One last thing, Jason, because I'm getting more questions about this. The whole promotion to people you know and family and friends, is that required? That is not required.
Nope.
You don't have to go bother anybody you know. But I will tell you that you will find out how easy and how simple and how unobtrusive it is. You may want to pick up your phone or your contacts list somewhere and reach out to people, because imagine this. Imagine you knew that across the street or on the next block over, somebody was going to be handing out free food with $100 bills inside an envelope. Would you not tell everybody you want? Would you feel bad about calling your sister and say, hey, sister, you better go and be at this block at this date and time to get your free food and free $100 bill? Or would you feel like, oh, I'm not going to bother them. How could I possibly tell somebody that way?
Yep.
You're going to feel like you're helping them. And if you don't feel that way, then don't tell them about it.
Yep. Don't
tell them about it. But when you see, and this is why it's so different than anything else, that if you've been online, if you've been around online marketing, internet marketing, I guarantee you that this is going to feel so different and so counterintuitive to you at first, because in online marketing, if you've been in internet marketing, people around you probably don't understand what you do. They think you're a scammer, right? You are ashamed to talk about what you do, about promoting products or selling stuff on websites and stuff like that, just because there's no value add associated with most of the things that you do. It's literally about making the sale. We're going to flip that around and we're going to say, here's the value. If you would like more value, then perhaps you'll consider buying this right here, and it'll give you much more value than whatever money we're asking for in exchange.
Yep.
That's the difference. First, you give value, and then let the person decide whether they want more or not. And you're going to see this immediately when you join Affiliate Triad and you get in their community and you start consuming the information. So don't worry about you have to sell stuff to family and friends. This is not network marketing. This is not MLM. So far from it. Neither
right.
Jason or I are fans of those models.
Now, here's the thing, though. What's good about that opportunity, even though it's optional, is unless you're the biggest jerk and unless you're the black sheep of any social standing that you're in, all it simply means is it allows any one of you to be successful. Should you choose that path? You don't have to choose it. It's not the only path, and it's certainly not forced upon you. But all of you have that as an option. And so I just want to allow you to consider exercising that option, because a lot of courses that would be sold don't have that option. They just don't, right? It's just not possible. It's not the only option. But again, ease yourself into it like a nice warm bath with a glass of wine and the candles surrounding you, right? Ease yourself into that concept. Sample some of the member spotlights. See how those members so naturally, right, did it. There's a model, it's a really effective model that one of our members did where they're like, hey, listen, I will only share this with you if you ask me for it. That's essentially what they did. I know it sounds barely different, but it changes the full dynamic. If you're out there pushing it on people, it's one thing. If they have to come to you and inquire, totally changes the whole dynamic. Now, how do you make that happen? Member Spotlight tells you how to make that happen, right? The game is in your mind more than it is in reality, right? The limitations that you're concerned about related to affiliate triad, most of them are imaginary. Unfortunately, they're as real as shackles on your feet because you believe them, even though they're not necessarily true. And that's always the biggest challenge we have. That's why I love affiliate triad. Because I come out here, I come out in public once in a while, right? Not very often, by the way. I'm out here once in a while talking to you, and we get to do some of this stuff together. I get to dig in your head a little bit and see what we can fine tune up there. I get to give you alternative ways in which to view things that are maybe more empowering than the views that you're looking at right now, right? But inside the affiliate triad, they get most of me. And most of me, nobody gets because they get me when I sit down and create and develop, right? But I share more so than anywhere else the opportunity to work on some of the mental aspects of this business, which is most of this business, right? Inside affiliate triad, that's where the most of me shows up in terms of dealing with these limitations and these holdbacks and all this kind of stuff. And members see it all the time. Members will come to me, affiliate triad members, and they'll be like, I got this person on a call. So we did this with Donna the other week. One of our affiliate triad members got a wonderful woman named Donna to join our call.
Donna's here, by the way, Jason.
Oh,
Donna.
Cool. Excellent. Right. And they asked us, they're like, Donna has this thing that she's concerned about. Can you address it? Right. Now, very few people in the world would know how to properly address the situation that Donna had found herself in. They wouldn't know how to do it. Okay. I know how to do it because I've spent thousands and thousands of hours of figuring out that sort of communication, and I've put it to the test, and I work it, and I'm naturally good at it. Right. And so I assisted the member of affiliate triad who invited Donna, and it was really interesting to me. I'll share the story very, very briefly. Donna said that she had been unemployed essentially for the last 10 years. And this is the first thing I was interested in. Wow. In my mind, before I opened my mouth, I thought, wow, how resourceful is Donna? I want to know how she was able to survive for 10 years without any steady employment. I want to know her secrets. There's something I can learn from her. That was the state of mind that I was in. So a lot of people, they identify with their situation and their circumstances. I am unemployed or I am blank. You are none of those things. You are a beautiful soul. That's just a situational component, right? But it takes a third party in order to help understand that and bring that out. And then what we discover too is Donna says, I don't have any business experience. And so part of that, when we asked, how did you survive for 10 years? She tutored, she cleaned houses. Both of those are self-employed jobs. She was a business owner. But she didn't understand that. She didn't identify with that. She wasn't aware of that. And it makes sense because it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't seem that way, but it is. Somebody that's resourceful enough to figure out how to survive by making money when money is needed and doing things on their own, not following the advice of an employer or having somebody tell you what to do and when to do it, right? To me, that is resourcefulness. How do we point that resourcefulness into a different direction, right? And how do I help her consider that with all the love and the care and the tenderness and the empathy in the world, right? How can I walk through that with her with love and with compassion? And that's what we did, right? And who knows what all play out? You know, the one certainty in the world is that the world is uncertain, certainly, right? But what's fascinating to me is that sort of headspace stuff, which is at the end of the day, all of the game, and really all that it is, right? Whether you think you can or you can't, you're probably right. Henry Ford, right? That's what this is. And so you got to be around it, though, in order to really have it sink in. And that's where we spend the time in affiliate triad members. And why do I do that? Because I want you making money for no other reason than if affiliate triad members generate $10 million next year, Will and I are $1 million richer. Because every deal that we negotiate, with rare exception, I'm just going to keep the math super simple, is we essentially get a 10% kickback from the vendor of these products that we promote, right? So if you make $10 million, we make $1 million. Isn't that cool? But it gets way better than that. If I have a $10 million market force, who can I get to? Answer, anybody. What do I mean by that? I can sit down with any influencer, any course creator, any product maker and say, listen, here's the deal. I got $10 million of firepower behind me. You interested in it? How do you think those conversations play out? They say, what can I do to be a part of that? And I'll say, okay, I'm going to ask for a lot. And please don't be offended. Now, I've had this conversation 100 times. It's a fun conversation to have. It generally goes like this. I say, I'm going to ask for you a lot from you, and you will probably be offended by it. Because what I'm going to ask for you, initially you're going to think is impossible for you to give. And it's going to feel unfair to you. But I'm going to ask for it anyway. And then I'm going to help you figure out how we can get this. Half the time it's not overwhelming. They agree to it, right? But sometimes they're upset because nobody's ever asked that much from them. And in the way that it's asked, because I don't ask for an extra special thing for me. I don't ask for anything, under the table, right? I just said, that thing that you sell over there that everybody else gets, you no longer can sell that to anybody else. And you give us an exclusive. So only affiliate triad members can use that for free. And they say, can't do that. And I'm like, can't do that or won't do that? And they go, what do you mean? And then the real game begins, right? But I can't get away with that unless I also have $10 million of firepower behind me. And who benefits from that? Well, you benefit from that as an affiliate triad member, of course, but the end customer benefits the most. The end customer benefits the most because we can give them something unmatched and unprecedented, no other option available in the marketplace. That's who wins. Everybody wins. And that's what's so exciting about this. And that's how we view it, and that's how we look at it. So not only do the more money you make, the more money we make, but the more money you make, the more value we can crowdsource. I want to crowdsource value. So take the wholesale formula as an option, right? We give our members 2 pieces of software that retail at, if you combine them together, about $1,800 a year. The course sells for $2,400, $2,497, right? Technically, you minus off that software, they're only paying $600 for the wholesale formula. Legit. Absolutely deal, right? Okay. How are we able to tie up $1,800 in actual retail value software? We have a market force. We have people behind us. So when these software creators create these things, they realize, hey, we better give them free stuff because they're going to give us massive exposure, and maybe one day, someday that'll pay off. But the other reason too is everybody owes me a favor. I've made so many damn millionaires. Will and I, Rapid Crush, we've made so many damn millionaires, right? Without asking for much in return. And they all owe me a favor. It's the whole Godfather. One day I will call upon you, right? But I don't call up on it for my own personal benefit. I call up on it for the benefit of all of the end customers who are going to need these things anyway. And that's how we put this in place, right? So with Affiliate Triad, the more successful you are, the more Will and I can go out and work our magic. And we are shrewd with our deals. And we are big fans of exclusivities. Not because we want to be like the cable companies who say, hey, you don't like us? Haha, go somewhere else, right? Not for that reason, because their services get worse and their price goes up, right? We don't want to do that, right? But here's what we want to do. We want to have exclusives so that way we can aggressively market our superior value with superior marketing. So anybody who would be in the market for such a product would be stupid and feel stupid to not buy it through an affiliate Triad member, because they are literally paying the same amount of money and getting a quarter of the value that they'd otherwise would get. That's the type of exclusivities that we'd like to tie up, right? And in a very real sense too. So these aren't handshake agreements most of the time, right? These are contracts get broken out and terms get applied type of exclusivity deals in lots of cases, because I'm a shark when it comes to value crowdsourcing in a way that's unmatchable. And these marketers we compete against, they're dirty. You know, if this is Tour de France, they're all doping up. They're all taking performance enhancing drugs. And we're out there riding a bicycle without anything, right? So we have to counteract that by creating other things. So when they say stuff, we just point and we're like, we got this. You got that? Oh, you can't get that because we got the exclusive on it. And we leverage that exclusivity for the benefit of affiliate Triad members. Again, I like the Costco example. Costco has a flat rate of 14% profit margin. They mandate, they say, we're going to only make 14%. And that's how they price their goods, which allows them to sell several goods that people need at better prices than they can get anywhere else. They've changed the economics. We've changed the economics, and therefore we can create value for end users. We can make better deals for end customers than you'll see anywhere else. And here's how you benefit from that. You get to open the door to those benefits, and you get all the money as if you created those benefits yourself. Affiliate Triad, that's the single greatest thing that we've ever invented. It will go down as our crowning achievement in this world. Rapid Crushes, crowning achievement. Soapbox, off of it.
It was a good soapbox, Jason, while it lasted. And now that it's been shattered, it's time for people to make a decision, right? $15 for 15 days. I've gotten a lot of people saying, but Ildiko said to me, interestingly enough, is like, I don't know if this is just going to be another shiny object. I don't know if I can really do this.
So let me answer that, right?
$15 will let you determine it.
Okay, for anybody wondering if this is going to be a shiny object or not, the answer is it absolutely is going to be a shiny object, okay? It's going to be the shiniest object you've ever seen in your damn life, right? You're going to need sunglasses to deal with this shiny object. But are all shiny objects bad? The sun is a shiny object, and without it, none of us would exist. We couldn't live, right? Your problem is you're looking at the wrong shiny objects. The goal here isn't to avoid shiny objects, it's to find the right ones. Here's the good thing about our shiny object. You can see if the shine is legit or not for 15 measly dollars, right? What other real valuable shiny objects out there do you get to see if they're legit or not for a measly $15? I don't know, right? You show me some and I'll buy them. I'll pay for them, right? Because I want to know what they are. This aversion to shiny objects has got to stop. Here's the problem. It's the shiny objects that leave you blind and now have you running into walls and falling into holes. That's what we want to avoid. But we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater here, right? The best things are the shiny objects, but there's a refinement to the shine, okay? And I believe that this is the refinement. Now, is it for you? $15, okay? And it's not just $15. What I'm guessing you're really concerned about is the 15-day part, right? What if you go in there and spend hour upon hour of your time, okay? Quick side tangent, because I'm good at side tangent. There's this new app out called Clubhouse. Has anybody heard of this? It's very exclusive. You only get an invitation right now. Clubhouse this. I'm in these high value entrepreneur groups because they brought me in when they didn't have any idea how to go virtual when the pandemic hit. Now I'm watching them. And these guys are spending 15, 20, 30 hours in this Clubhouse app. It is so funny. And it's like bright, shiny object is not immune to multi-millionaire entrepreneurs and thought leaders. They get sucked up in it as much as anybody else does. But what are you out? You come in here, you spend some time, you kick it around. Does that mean you wasted your time and you wasted your whopping $15? I don't think so. I think if you spent time in there, if you got sucked up in the mania of affiliate Triad, you're still going to be better. Even if you try to resist it, you're still going to be better, right? So what's there to lose? You know what there is to lose, honestly. What's there to lose is the notion of who you were. That's powerful. Most of you don't understand what I mean when I say that. Let me say it again. You are afraid of losing the notion of who you were. We all are programmed to hold on to what we know. And what you know right now is how much money you're making currently, whatever that is. What you know right now is the plan that you're using to try to make that money. What you know right now is how you believe your success can or can't play out. An affiliate triad may be the death of that notion of self. And that's scary. Because what happens if I remove the weight that holds you down and you start flying? You don't know flying. You know weight. You know the sandbags. You don't know the flying, though. You want to fly, but you don't know what soaring feels like. You know what carrying around the weight and the burdens that hold you back feel like. So that's what we wrestle with. No joke. That's what we wrestle with. We wrestle with that feeling of I want to be more, but I'm scared to leave behind who I may be right now, even if it limits me. And I feel that, right? So it ain't the $15. It ain't the 15 days. It ain't the bright. It ain't the shiny. It ain't the object, right? That's what it really is for most of you. And I feel that. I feel that. I go to war with that every day that I show up to work. That's what I go to war with, right? Is that feeling which has been embedded into most of us in society of that way of looking at life. And I've went to war on it in my own life first so I can get better at dealing with it so I don't self-impose limitations, because there's enough limitations that already exist in the world. We're not doing it any favors by adding to it, right? But it also allows me to help others. And that's what I tend to do more than anything is, Will and I, we always used to joke. People would say to me, Jason, Facebook doesn't work for advertising, right? And we're like, let me get this straight. Nobody who's ever ran a Facebook ad in the history of Facebook advertising has ever made it work. Why is their stock so high if nobody can make it work? Why do people keep paying it money? And then they are quick to adjust their language. They say, well, it doesn't work for me. And then I'll say, how do you know that? They say, well, I've tried everything. And I say, well, then how can I help you? You've already done it. If you've done everything, there's nothing I could show you, right? And they go, well, I haven't done everything, right? And I know that this is a joke, but it's not. Will, how many times have we had that conversation with customers and folks, right?
A lot of times. I use that in my life now too, not just with customers, right? I've done everything and I can't figure this out. Well, if you've done everything, how can I help you? There's nothing else left to do.
It becomes a theme because of how common it is, right? But that's a limiting belief, right? That's what holds us back. And that's what we go to war with, because obviously in the right conditions, any advertising can be made to work, whether it's Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising. Hulu has now opened up advertising to everybody. That will be a gold mine that people are going to rush in and do really well with, right? And then to say, I've tried everything is not necessarily true either. In fact, oftentimes what we've discovered is they've tried almost nothing and they're all out of ideas, right? It's that joke. I tried nothing and I'm all out of ideas, right? And then we discovered what it is the attitude that they're bringing in. And that's what I go to war with. And you signing up for Affiliate Triad won't magically flip the switch on a new attitude for most of you overnight. Some of you it will, by the way. I've seen that happen occasionally, right? But for some of you, we're going to have to work on it for a while. And that's where I do most of my work is inside of Affiliate Triad, is on those exact topics. I come out here and do it once in a while for fun or as part of a sales pitch, right? But the real work on Affiliate Triad that I like to share is we constantly go through that. So one of the things I taught Affiliate Triad members immediately was to add the word yet. I don't have an email list. Yet. I don't know how to drive traffic. Yet. Right? I don't have enough money yet, right? I don't know what to do yet, right? It's just a small thing. Could be everything for you. It's just a thing, though. It's one of the many things, one of the many attitudes that we bring to it. And what's cool is I get a lot of people that start to model that behavior. So other affiliate marketers see me do that, other affiliate triad members. And then when customers pop in and they say things, now affiliate triad members are giving them this advice. And that's so fulfilling for me to see that. That is so powerful. When I observe how success is more caught than taught, because success is more caught than taught. What I'm trying to do right now is teach it to you. Instead, I'd rather you catch it through observation and through just osmosis of being around it. It becomes contagious if you're around it enough. This is why you're the net worth of your 5 closest friends. That's how it plays, okay? Get some new friends inside of Affiliate Triad and who have higher net worths and watch your net worth go up. Is it that simple? It can be if you want it to be. It doesn't have to be, but it certainly can be. Quadwin.com, 1515. That means $15 for 15 days and $3.99 per month after. I'll share one more story and then we'll wrap it up, Will, because again, I have found what separates those just starting in their entrepreneurial journey and those that are multimillionaires. It's not miles, it's inches. That is what typically separates them. So the other day, well, it wasn't the other day, but it was December 23rd. I get a consulting client, and my consulting rate is $3,250 an hour. Or is it $3,125 an hour? Sorry. I don't even know what it is because Sabrina takes care of it for me, my assistant. And we get this emergency consultation. She must have it done, and it must be right before Christmas. And I got a heart of gold, so I couldn't say no because she's got 25,000 people coming to a webinar that she's going to do that is taking place on December 28th or December 29th, right? Something like that. So in 5 days, she's doing a webinar. She got 25,000 people lined up. She's never been a customer of mine, but she's been referred to me by some big names who she sought out, and they all pointed in my direction. And now she wants help on this webinar. So we get on the webinar, right? We're doing this consultation, and it was very fascinating to me because her price point of her product was about $500. It was a little less than that. And the way that they presented that price point is they broke it down into it's really this much per day. And I explained to her the psychology of why that's challenging. And I said, you got to do it the other way. I said, you have to show how the value is this much, and it should be this much, and it's only this much that you're charging. Because she gave so much coaching. She had some of the biggest legends in the space. These are household names that you would know them if I name drop them, right? And to me, she was charging a pittance, and it was costing her. People weren't going to buy, I felt, because they would say, there's no way it could be this good if it only costs this much. But I also sensed this massive hesitancy in her and her own issues around price. And so I pointed out to her very gently, I said, I find it very interesting how you didn't bat an eye at paying me $3,125 for a measly 60 minutes of my time. Yet you're afraid of what you're charging out here. What's the difference? I go, why is it good enough for you, but not good enough for anybody else? And I said this very gently, right? And once you get the right rapport, you can say things like this. And she says, not everybody has the economic means that I have, Jason. I'm a multimillionaire. She didn't say it quite like that, but she's like, I'm really well off. And I said, yeah, if we're only measuring by bank account, it may be true that not everybody has a bank account as big as yours, but maybe we can measure resources in different ways. So I softened how she was looking at that. And then I had suggested to her, it's like, how do you know unless you ask? So we worked on price for 30 minutes of the 60-minute consult, right? It is in my estimation that if she had charged the right price for the product, she would have made about $7 million more than she had made lifetime in this product, right? Where did that come from? It came from her head, right? So same exact conversation I've had 150 times with a person just starting out with selling something or offering something, right? Just, it doesn't seem to change. People need people to help them, especially people that have figured certain things out that can share it with other people, right? And so with Affiliate Triad, I don't need you to be the one that can untangle some of these knots that get most people's brains all tied up. I just need you to get them in the environment to allow me to do my work, and not just me, right? I am a spokesperson. I'm a talking head. It's certainly not just me. And we are more and more and more finding a variety of personalities that you can send people to that are not me or not Will. That's why I like having Jonathan in the mix. That's why I like having Daniel Hall in the mix. That's why I like having some of these other that we're building out there and we're rolling out there right now. And if you're a person that has a product one day that is life-changing, I would love nothing more than to be your marketing arm and build the marketing around that and unleash affiliate triaders on it. Because that's how I want to do it. That's the farm league for you there, right? But the point of it is these limitations don't stop. I have so many limitations that are only perceptions of my own mind that hold me back. And I pay people a lot of money to help me with them. Because once you can figure that out, making money becomes easy. It becomes really easy when you're an affiliate triad too, by the way. Because then the mechanics of the money, that's simple, right? But it's this other stuff that is equally as important, but unfortunately is so very so very rarely taught or demonstrated. And I'll tell you one thing. So, sorry, one last thing. We got to go. I know, Will, right? But this is called flow state, by the way, when you get in time stops functioning for you normally. So I did this webinar not too long ago. I can't remember when, but it was like a couple of weeks back. And I do the call to action about 5 minutes into the webinar, right? Will did not know I was going to do that. Nobody knew I was going to do that. It was a great surprise. It was an early Christmas present. But Will's in Slack with affiliate triad members, right? And Will makes a comment deconstructing what's going on because he knows me better than I know myself in a lot of instances, right? And now he is kind of powwowing with the community while I'm performing front stage. He's running an analysis in a community of what's happening in real time, essentially. What better way to learn this science, right? What better way to appreciate what you're a part of? And Will pointed it out. He was like, you've never probably seen anybody do what Jason just did. He was like, because it takes absolute supreme confidence in what you're doing in order to pull that off, right? That's like a surgeon being able to crack somebody's skull open and snip and cut and slash and sew up, right? That's what that was like. And so breaking that down and seeing that and understanding that and decoding that, and then some people can pick that up in certain aspects of their life. That's really a big part of affiliate triad. So the $1 million question is, how do you sell something like affiliate triad? And our answer for now, until we know any better, is you don't sell the whole pool. You sell the dip of the toe in the water, and then you let the pool sell the pool. So dip the toe in the water. It's a $15 dip for 15 days. You can dip all your toes in it. The big ones, the small ones, the in-between ones, right? You can dip it all around the perimeter of the pool, right? You can wade in the shallow end. You can join us in the deep end whenever you want to, right? But you don't got to buy the pool for 15 days. Just enjoy the pool and then make a decision. Who's coming in?
I hope everybody is, Jason, because for $15. Hey, Jason, how long has it been since we've offered anything below $99? Anything at all?
Not where we personally show up, right? If we can write some sort of sales page that can run on its own day and night, then we have different things. By the way, we did a $1 offer for affiliate triad members. We gave them resale rights to a product for a single $1 and allowed them to sell it. So even though we don't do it, we do it for our members, which is so funny. We do things for them we would never do for ourselves because of the preposterousness of it. But we knew that it would help and empower them and so on and so forth. So the answer is very rarely. And what I find fascinating about marketing, Will, is we spend 3 hours now and 24 minutes from the time I started the webinar, right? Selling a $15 trial. Logic would tell you that you need not 3 hours and 24 minutes to sell a $15 trial, right? Logic would say you could get it in and out without even breaking a sweat, right? That logic is wrong. The art of selling is so complicated and so nuanced and so counterintuitive, right? This is why so few people are good at it. This is why I don't want you to have to do it today. Eventually you can do it. I want you to ease into it or never have to do it, one or the other. You know, my joke is always this, right? A lot of people say I have a fear of public speaking. It's a common fear, right? Let me tell you my fear. I have a fear of not public speaking. I have a fear of not being able to get in front of audiences and share messages. That is my fear, right? I love selling. I love it. People hate selling mostly. I'm the opposite, right? I love to sell. I wish I could sell constantly 24/7. And that's not a joke. You know this if you know me, right? Watch me. How is it I can go 3 hours and 26 minutes in? Probably not even to my own benefit, right? If I rested and then got up and did something else tomorrow, I'd probably make more money. But when I'm in the zone, I feel it. I feel the connection. And when we have something as good as Affiliate Triad, we do it. So these things which don't seem to make sense, Will and I know the hundreds and hundreds of these laws of marketing, which violate every sense of logic except for the one that says this makes more money. And so do you want to spend 3 hours and 26 minutes on a webinar trying to sell a shovel? Or would you rather open the door and have me take care of it, right? And again, this webinar you saw today is a poor approximation of the webinars that we actually design in Affiliate Triad. Most of the webinars that we design in Affiliate Triad are highly educational. They're viewed mostly from the perspective of this person doesn't know anything about internet marketing. And that's how we tailor to that audience. This is the exception because as I look at it, I did very little teaching today. Now, most of you, if you looked at it, you would say, whoa, you broke down a lot today, Jason. That's not my measurement, though, of did I share a lot and educate a lot procedurally on things, right? But I didn't spend a couple hundred hours on this webinar like I do in some of these webinars that we design for Affiliate Triad members. We all have something that we're good at. And when you find that something, you should rally yourself around it and try to do that as much as possible. So Dan Sullivan calls this your unique ability. And this is my unique ability. So you can leverage my unique ability by pairing yourself with it and connecting to it. And Will has his unique ability, which is different than mine, but is as valuable. And you can tap into that and leverage that in Affiliate Triad, right? And that's certainly going to be more effective than trying to develop it on your own. But let's say you wanted to develop on your own. There is no better way to develop it than to observe it firsthand in the inner circle. So I don't see who that leaves, right?
You will learn more about sales and marketing through osmosis, just through pure observation, than you will do by taking college courses at the master's degree level, at the doctorate level, reading hundreds of marketing books, because you will see it in practice and how it really works.
Yeah.
And you will see the subtlety that just can't be taught without you being shown.
You will see all the ways we violate norms of marketing and supposed truths and axioms of what works, and how we gleefully spit in the face of those. Because we operate at a different type of principle, which is a customer first principle. Everything is filtered through that, and then we work backwards. Do we always get it right? Hell no, we don't always get it right, right? There's plenty of times an Affiliate Triad members can tell you where we rolled out something, totally missed the ball, right? But oftentimes it's fine with me anyway, because I know now where not to look, and I change the course, and Will changes the course, and we adjust, and that is valuable to observe that. But we're right enough. Let's just put it that way. We're right at a bigger degree and more often than anywhere else you could wish to be, right?
Jason, 3 hours, 29 minutes since the start of this webinar. Shall we call it before?
Let's please call it, right? Otherwise, if you get me going again, then another hour will slip by and I won't even be aware of it.
All right, we're calling it $15 for 15 days. It is the absolute best opportunity that you will ever have to check out Affiliate Triad and see what it's about. See how different it is. See how it's going to help you achieve your goals in 2021. $15 is all it takes. And a little bit of your time, go through the Getting Started guide as soon as you get in there. Join the Slack community. Say hello. Be welcomed warmly by our Affiliate Triad family. And you won't look back. And remember, if it's not for you, it's fine. We understand. It's not for everybody. You can cancel at any time. But you won't, because I hope you won't, because you will see so much value, and you will see that this is probably the last marketing training / course / membership you will ever need. In fact, you will probably, for many of you that have been on online marketing for a while, if you have a lot of tools and things that you pay for, you might be canceling all of those and actually saving money by joining Affiliate Triad.
Very common.
This is not abnormal. This has
Very
happened
common.
many times where people had things like ClickFunnels and lead pages and this hosting and that hosting and this email service provider and Aweber and get response on. They canceled all that, saved a ton of money by joining Affiliate Triad because Kartra is going to do it all and they don't have to pay for it. I mean, they pay for it, but it gets rebated to them.
Yep.
So you're going to be able to cancel all kinds of stuff that you're no longer going to need. And there are no upsells. You get it all when you get into Affiliate Triad. Thank you very much for being here. I hope to see you. I live inside Slack. You will get to know me really, really well when you join. I've posted over 13,000 times. I was just looking in the last 7 or 8 months, and that is announcements and answers to members and participation. I literally live inside Slack, and members will tell you that. I hope to see you and get to know each and every one of you. $15 for 15 days, you get to see what it's about and decide for yourself. Have full information, not a 3-hour webinar telling you how it is, but actually seeing the inside and participating. It's like going to a restaurant and getting to taste everything on the menu before you decide what you want to eat.
We'll chat with you soon. Bye for now.